start streaming, my fucking one thing I hate about is my camera is like if I want to be typing, 'cause normally I'm like over here, so I'm too close to the camera. But okay, I honestly my guess is what's really gonna be kind of funny the fact that I'm streaming twice and not say the same day, but I streamed like earlier. Um, But what I'm trying to do is so what I was learning, what I kind of known for a while is the way a lot of the streamers are entertaining because of the fact, or a lot of streamers keep talking and being entertaining because of the fact that they are talking to chat. I don't have that. And so, because like what I'm doing right now is a part of like communicating. So I'm talking right now. Nobody's in chat. Nobody's listening. Nobody's watching. I don't even actually know. I don't I don't actually know. Is it fucking public? Yeah, no, it's probably it's fine. Um, so like nobody's here. I'm just describing what I'm doing. So that's part of what some streamers do is that like they describe what they're doing more often than any normal person. And so when you're playing a game, you'll just describe what you're doing. So people like Jubbo, he's like describing like okay, I'm like playing he's like oh I'm going over here or I'm gonna do things or he like over exaggerates what he doesn't need to say. Like normal people aren't gonna like if you're like playing a game with your friends, you're not gonna be doing that. um Oftentimes streamers when they're playing with friends they're usually not reacting to they're not reacting to what they're doing. Usually they're wanting to pay a lot of attention to the other person. Sometimes they're like whoa this happened in said video game or whatever. But other than that, a lot of people rely on Twitch chat or chat. Obviously, like I said, don't have that. Don't have the coolness of having a active, like, 50, at least 50 people active in chat. So what I'm going to do is, what the plan is to have AI code something for me because I'm a lazy bastard. Not really. So I don't know how to code. I know like some like very fundamental things about programming. Like if you tell me, whoa, like the whole like the hello world whatever, sure. So what I was thinking is I build myself a chat to react to, not necessarily like oh guys look at my chat, it's like right there guys look I actually have a chat. No. I was thinking about building something to react to based on funny subreddits. So at first I was thinking about doing like AI doing that and just like giving me the most like unhinged like comments ever. Like I like super I want them to be like the most random things you can find. But that might cost money to I guess maybe like have that run. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. So what is another way I can do it? I can just get random subreddits. What subreddits? I don't fucking know. Personally, I want to find unhinged subreddits. If anyone does end up watching this, I will not fucking check the comments. Maybe I will. Maybe if I start doing this more often, I'll start like checking comments. But if somebody is like watching and they know an unhinged subreddit, uh, we're looking for unhinged. We're also looking for unique, so it doesn't have to be fully unhinged. So like I think like one idea is having like evil autism. Um, and I think that the idea of me doing this, because like, so the general idea I think is fine because I'm not stealing these people's content. So this is public information. I'm not going to be taking these people's names. I'm not going to be showing these people's names. So it's like, I don't want that like sense of like bullying or whatever. I do think it's technically fine because this is a public thing, like public information. You're allowed to like you're allowed to Google shit and like you can probably like Google. I could do this the manual way of Googling random subreddits and just like scrolling through. But why would I do that when I can do it automatically? So I'm sitting here just fucking asking ChatGPT to do it for me. I don't really want to for just like straight vibe code like that. But I don't know how to code. Like if you ask me like what I would do, I think I have the relative ideas of like somehow like I somehow connect to Reddit through like the API or whatever, and then get like I'm able to pull from the subreddits, like pull from these subreddits at random. What's really funny is that like I kind of put the prompt in ChatGPT already, and it's something like it's really funny something that I didn't recognize, and it makes a lot of sense. Is that oh by the way, make sure the comment is not the same, which is kind of funny. But um, cause, okay, so I'm thinking about vibe coding. Thinking about pure vibe coding on vibe code based things. But like right now, import express from express import fetch from node fetch. I guess I would have to install. Okay. So it'd be bash and y install express node fetch whatever. Public JSON endpoints from Reddit. No API keys. This shit's so easy now. Like, just imagine if you wanted to do this before, you'd actually have to know what you're doing. Now you could just like, hey AI, please do this for me. Onigashimasu. And it fucking does it. But so I just look at this. Const app equal express, whatever. Express from express. Okay, import express from express. Express const port equal 3000, whatever. But I'm not gonna do that. Just so that people can people are like, oh, you displayed the port, whatever. It'd be like localhost. It doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna be connected to online, so I actually don't know what that would fucking mean. Like I don't know if like people would be able to like hijack it. My guess is no, but let's see. Change whatever. Okay, so then the const is separate. So like it's just like gives me the not the variable, but the variable of like okay, like subreddits equals these different subreddits, and then like the next thing is like comment queue equal async function. So I was telling someone like I don't remember what async exactly does, which I think is like longer or maybe continuous. I don't fucking remember. Async function fetch comments, and then it'd be like try const subreddit. I don't remember why. Okay, so const is just maybe calling for the fucking thing subreddit equals. So grabbing the subreddits math.floor parentheses math.random. So this is I'm just trying to find which random subreddit times subreddits dot length. I don't know why that dot length has to be there, but I'm not here because I'm smart. I'm here because I'm using ChatGPT. And it says const.res equals await fetch. And then it's https whatever slash top.json limit equal 5 and t equal day. So maybe like top of the day. I don't know exactly what that means in normal human talk. This is I understand like why people don't fucking vibe code. Is because it's like if you don't know what you're reading, but it doesn't also help that I don't know how to program. Headers user agent small streamer bot. Okay, I'm not sure like the fucking header is important. Const equal await res.json const post equal data.children. I don't know what the fucking data.children fucking mean. Math.for math.random. I don't know what this means. I'm going to ask ChatGPT what the fuck they're talking about. Comments in the what is it fucking called? Command, not command. It's do.log. I don't fucking remember. See the comments. Okay, okay, let's just do this. Okay. Simplest mental model, Reddit, script, terminal / small window, Utah. Got it. Okay. I do like how like ChatGPT is like trying to engage, which I think is like what they wanted to do. But Node.js, fast your UI. This is honestly perfect when you're starting. Small install as before. Okay. Okay, and then it would be that. And then minimal browser window, still private. Run it with node.pump.js. Yes. Let me open up fucking Node.js real quick. Not Node.js. I'm fucking stupid. What the fuck is the Microsoft MS Code? No, fucking Visual Studio Code. Fucking Visual Studio Code. Settings are JSON. I don't give a shit. Fuck that. Do this. Don't know what I'm doing here. I have to like run that every single time? Okay. Time to ask ChatGPT multiple things. Okay. Okay. For the running the install, do I need to do that? I do love not knowing. Nope. Okay, so here's how it works. Plan. Okay. You do this once per project folder. Okay. That's creates package.json, downloads node fetch. Okay, and you never repeat this unless you delete the folder. Okay, I will be creating a folder. That is a good idea. I should fucking do this. Got it. Okay. And then file, open file. Okay, open. Okay, it has nothing. Got it. Okay. Okay, and then every time you want to run it, it's like node dot reddit prompt.js, which it would be. I think that's what they named the that's what they want me to name it. File, new text file. Shift save, not fucking instant replay for AMD. Why is Control Shift S for instant replay? I don't care. It's like one of the most used things. File, save as, this, save. Oh wait, fuck me. I meant to not do that. Okay, well, I'm stupid. New text file. Save as, plain text TST JavaScript JS save. Very cool. Okay. npm. Okay. I don't remember how to open that. Terminal. Okay, here's the terminal. Got it. Got it. Okay. Yippee! I'm not gonna show you people this minute because I don't know what I'm doing. Library topic? No. Okay, is this learning how to program mode? Am I gonna learn to the basics of programming? Or am I just going to fucking Copy. I'm gonna copy it to see how it works. Okay, it is just console.log. Okay, so log. Okay. June. Run it with this. You'll see one comment at a time. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna currently copy that code. Guys, don't get mad at me for copying the code. It does have that loop. Okay, and then I will ask it to teach me what is happening. So I can like read some of these things, where it's like const delay milliseconds equal 8,000 8 seconds. I do like the fact that it does comment on what these are doing. Async function get random comments. Const subreddit equals subreddits.math.floor. So basically, try to search through the subreddits. Again, I don't know what the dot length means. Maybe that's just like an API thing. I don't know. Const dot post res equal await fetch. I believe I forget what you have to do with await. I believe await just means like it so it doesn't break it. Go to subreddit / top.json limit equal 5 and tday header user argument. Okay, I don't know what these have to be. I don't know why that's there. Let's see. Really, guys, just currently my face. Const post equal await post res JSON. Post res const post res await fetch. Okay, equal await fetch, and then it goes then it's const await equal post res JSON. Const post equal, because okay, you see, you have to get the JSON. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. Const post equals post.data. I don't even know what that means. Okay. Ask ChatGPT, why do I need this? Okay, really good question. It's not obvious, but new stuff. For honest answer, you need the user.agent header because Reddit will block or throttle requests that don't identify themselves. Without it, your script might work once and suddenly stop, return empty data, start giving you errors, feel randomly broken. It's Reddit basically tell me more of who you are. Oh, okay. Very cool. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, what I'm gonna say is, okay. Can you teach me can you explain the code so that I can learn? Okay. Import fetch, node fetch. So you're just like import fetch from node. I need to sneeze. I hate when I do that. It's like I want to sneeze, and it's like if it's not obvious, then it's like I'm just like sitting here looking like a fucking weirdo, and then boom, I sneeze. If I didn't sneeze, it'd make you feel uncomfortable. That's what I need to say. I need to sneeze. My in browsers fetch is built in Node.js. It isn't unless you are on very new versions. Node fetch gives us the same tool. Fetch does HTTP request, gets data from websites like Reddit, returns response. Got it. Okay, so that's why it does that. Subreddit list. This is just data, not logic. Yes. Y is in an array. You need the array. You want variety. You can randomly pick one and can add slash remove subs easily. Yes. Delay. Yes, I know why the delay. Why does it have to be const? I feel like there's a really fun way of. There's limiting fucking messages now. I did not know that. Wait. Now I feel stupid. Um. Delay between prompts. Yes. Millisecond. They can just control spacing. Yes, I know that. Is it the fact that it says something else? The heart async function get random comments. Yes. Why async? Because fetching from internet takes time. We don't want to freeze the program while waiting. Async lets us use a wait. Okay, I do remember that. I do remember that now. Picking a random subreddit. Const subreddit equals subreddits mouse.floor mouse.random times subreddits.length. Breakdown math.random number between 0 1. Multiply that array length. Okay. Oh, that's why it says the length, the array length. So multiply between what I have in it, and then math.floor round down. Use the number as index. Result random subreddit. Got it. Fetching the post from subreddit. Dude, I can't wait till I'm saying I'm gonna learn coding and all I'm doing is just letting this tell me what's doing and then never fucking doing anything with it. Fetching post from subreddit const. Post res equals await fetch. Look for subreddit slash top asking give me the top 5 posts from today in the subreddit. Yeah, I could kind of guess that. The JSON part. Reddit exposes its data. Exposes data in JSON. JSON uses structural data objects plus arrays. User agent required. Reddit doesn't block you. Got it. Converting JSON equal usable data. Const post equals await res post.json. Turns array response into JavaScript object. Now you can access post.data.children. Choosing the random post. Const post equals post.data.children. Math.for some random logic as before. Each child represents one post. Okay, that's why they call it child. Got it. Fetching comments from the post. Const comments res await fetch comments slash post ID, and you get that post ID from you get post ID.children. You get that. It finds that .json and then a header and then give that again. The endpoint returns post info comments. So we later grab index 1. Extracting comments. Const comment data equals await comment res.json. Const comments equal comment data 1 data.children. Subreddit structure 0 1 post is 0 comments 1. Each child is either a real comment T1 or a real or more comments placeholder. Filtering real comments. Const valid equal comments.filter. C kind equal T1 and two end symbols c.data.body. This removes deleted comments, placeholders, and non-text entries. Now valid equals real comments. I would like to ask why that does it. Const equal valid comments.filter. So it filters out comment.kind equal T1 and comment data. So it has to have a body. My guess is that what it means. And T1 it seems to be real comment. Picking one comment. Const equals comment equals valid floor.math.random. Some randomness again. Yes. Returning a clean object. Return subreddit user comment data to author. Data body. I don't care about the author. Regards messy structure. Everything else uses the clean format. Async function loop while true, yes. And then yeah, console.clear, console.log, separate it. I don't care about the user, console.log, that text. All right, well, I have learned nothing about programming. I will say it's going to be great. Um, but I will say I will try this though. Um, let's get rid of these other ones for now. Let's have one subreddit for now. And then it's like what fucking node dot. I forgot how to run these things, man. Dude, vibe coding is so real, man. Cause you just sit here and you have this shit do it for you. This shit's so fire. Node the name .js, yes, okay. Me when I don't know what I'm doing. Yippee! Okay, and then it's like, okay, Chevrolet, and I'm like, oh, it's because it's checking user.me, okay. Let me see. I forgot to switch directories in terminal. How to switch folders in VS Code. Code terminal. You can change folders in VS Code terminal using standard shell commands by modifying the VS Code settings to open. Yes, whatever. Oh yeah, it's CD folder name. CD is nuts a yo. CD's no nuts. Okay, I'm going to Alright, do I have to make it, be found except for argument chat, I'm pretty sure because I chat, not that. Okay, cool, so I do have to rename the file. I will go by renaming the file then. I don't know if that's the problem. I should have known this. I should have known, but rename. Mm. Okay. This makes sense. Maybe I don't do this. Maybe I don't. Maybe that's not the way. Maybe I should be. Maybe I do this manually. Maybe I'm fucking caveman manually do this. So I got to the file directory, got to the fucking folder. What? Why is the? Okay. Cool. I do not know what I'm doing. Yeah, no, I don't know enough about programming or enough about what the fuck this is to actually know what I'd be able to do with this. I think it's a great idea. I think if I was a programmer, I think like that's a great idea. I should do that, make my own thing. I'm not a programmer. I still wanted to get to work, but excuse me, but node warning to load an ES module. Set type module in the package.json or use the use mode. Fuck it, we're asking word fucking. I don't have a package.json in this, but you know what? Okay. Package.json. Line. Okay. What if I don't? Oh, that's why it was not doing that. Oh, and then I need to do it from here. Just scroll all the way up. Scroll all the way down now. You fucking. Can do this. Package.json open. Where is this type? Okay, let's first. Okay, cool. It's not going to do that. Yeah, you know what? I don't fucking care. You know what, Your Honor? Who fucking cares? I guess I'm not doing that. What am I doing then? What am I doing currently at 2:32 a.m. streaming fucking nothing? Uh, I can find random, I think, things to analyze. As I did one time before. Um, Let me see. Let me turn that off on Opera GX. That noise is kind of annoying. Fucking. It like hits the part of my brain where I enjoy it, but the opening shit is annoying. Browser sounds. Keyboard sounds. Cool. Is there a way to change wallpaper? I want the wallpaper to be fucking. Uh, yes, I do want that. Boom. Changing the background of my thing. Just reading because I fucking blew it. Hurts my eyes. I don't care. Let me think. Because okay, so the current predicament that I am at is the fact that I don't know how to be entertaining. So like the first thing I did when I streamed yesterday, or technically did before now, was I was able to have a continuous stream of thought, and I didn't stop. While like it was just a bunch of different thoughts. I did like there's like times where I did pause and break, but like I was able to continue to stream of thought. Um, well, I know I don't think I have that capability to do that every time. I think that there's maybe the skill in doing that. I just don't think I have that. So, what I'm wanting to do is find a way to do that. Or I guess like find a way to work from this. So, cause like what I'm trying to figure out is like, is what I said in the first thing was I was a little bit lazy and I was like, I don't want to like actually do things or I just don't want to learn. But like now I do. Now I'm like, okay, how do I make it to where I can actually kind of talk, to fucking nobody. Because like again, like I said before at the start of this, you kind of talked, you kind of explain what you're doing, a little bit more. So you just talk a little bit more, and then you kind of like react to chat. But I don't have chat to react to. So how do I make myself interesting to? I could fucking Google this, which is actually really funny. I could actually just legitimately Google this and then figure out the answer. But that doesn't seem as fun. It doesn't seem as fun, but I'm tempted to try doing this. But I can also have the classic chat with ChatGPT about it, which I am tempted to do. Let me ask ChatGPT. Okay. New thing in Chat GBT. New thing in ChatGPT. Okay. Other than doing this chat thing, I don't know. I don't know whether or not mind ban. I gotta find that video of that one. I don't know. Analyze myself to see how I can myself. Maybe fucking ChatGPT has a reason for existing, so it makes lazy bastards like me do it. You're not. Just you want something you can observe, break down, and practice. Which give you the body you can analyze, not supposed to magically embody. Uncomfortable truth. No sugarcoating. Streamers with no active chats are not naturally entertaining. Fuck! Born talkers. Fuck! Just whipping it. Winging it, not whipping it. That sounds even worse. So they're just winging it. Okay. Uncomfortable truth. No sugarcoating. Streamers, no active chats are not. Okay. They're doing structured self-dash entertainment. They treat the stream like a recording, not a conversation. Once you understand that, everything clicks. Got it. Okay. I kind of understood that. Okay. I do want to seem smarter than ChatGPT, or as if I knew this information. So even if I didn't know this information, this is how I'm gonna like really make myself feel bad. Is that like if anyone sees this, they'll be like, I wonder, did this person actually come up with these ideas themselves, or is ChatGPT the real person come up with? Because then now I want the idea of me feeling smart by just saying they come with these ideas before. But like I will say, like I did realize that like if you have no chat, like what are you treating this like? It's kind of like one of those let's plays, I guess. So like when you play a video game, just kind of let's play. I promise to get with them, but always be suspicious because I want to look smarter than I really am. And so I will say I'm the one who said it first before ChatGPT. But we're not gonna we're just gonna say that. We're just acknowledging my egocentrism, or I don't think that'd be the word for it, because this is like ego, personality, identity, centrism, centering on an idea. Actually, let's just to make myself look less stupid, mainly because I think I just did that. Fuck it. Yeah, see, I was right. I used the word correct. I'm not stupid. Egocentrism. I was correct. Look. ChatGPT's successful streamers are not talking to anyone. They're doing one of those three observable. They're doing one of these three observable behaviors. Externalized thinking. This is the biggest one. They say every thought out loud, even the dumb ones. I fucking do that. I'm doing that right now. I'm even doing whatever this is. Instead of thinks this build is risky, they say, I don't know if this build actually is good because it messes this up. I'm kind of screwed later, but also this is kind of the fun part. Okay, yeah, so yeah. This is not personality, this is habitual narration. How to analyze it? Watch a low chat VOD and pause every time they explain a decision no one asked about. See, okay. I called myself out before, but I am telling you, I just was telling my friend about this. Because, like, okay, I might have said this before. Because the thing is, like, no, I did say this before. The people what they have to do is just say things that are not important. It doesn't, like, things that don't fucking matter, they say these things. Because it allows, like, space to be filled. And I think I wonder, in my mind, because I think we see big streamers do this. I wonder in my mind is if they do this because they learned it from before they had a big chat, or if it's still a needed thing. I think a big problem with this is that, like, I want to have like an intellectual conversation with an individual about this information where they're giving me feedback on this, but there's nobody in chat. There's also nobody to talk to right now. I am the only one online on Discord. For the people who, like, some of my friends, whatever. But yeah, so like argue with themselves, predict what might happen, whatever. Count on it, you'll be shocked. Count it, you'll be shocked. Yes. And pause every time they yes. Micro loops. They never talk in one-offs. They don't say one sentence and stop. They don't speak in they speak in loops. State something, react to it, expand or contradict it. This enemy is annoying. Actually, no, it's not even hard, it's just tedious. Okay, so okay, this is okay. I will be true. This is something I did not think about. They are very right here. This makes a lot of sense. I wish I came up with it on its own so I could look smart. I'm not doing that. State something. React to it. So I guess like I say this, boom, react to it. Because I think that people do this naturally. I think that because like what I'm doing now is doing what this is. I'm stating something that I'm analyzing, reading this, stating my ideas of it, and then reacting to like I guess the information like that's stated. Because I think that people do this naturally a little bit. That's because I'm doing this. No, I don't do this naturally. Okay, I did not study this. I studied a little bit about explaining what you're doing, why you're doing it. I didn't argue like I didn't like read the arguing with the self and predict what might happen. I didn't do that. Whatever. I didn't practice doing like the weird loops that we're like that it's explaining. One thought stretched into a loop. Why this works? It creates momentum. It gives time to think. Science never lands. You can literally map this structure. They talk as if someone will watch later. This is critical. Whoa. They aren't optimizing for live reactions, validation, back and forth. They're optimizing for if someone clicks this VOD at minute 14, will they hear a thought in progress? The mindset alone changes how you talk. Okay. Dude, okay. One of the things that makes me mad about ChatGPT is that simple ideas like this would be like you can ask an individual and we can kind of like build this idea up. Between one and two individuals, and you can also Google some of this information, whatever. But before Google had the AI, you can try to Google and figure these things out. And I think oftentimes you wouldn't get like you would get non-satisfactory. So we had to build this up ourselves. And there was a time where I was analyzing YouTubers, which I don't think I have the notes for anymore. I can try to check if I do. I know I don't have the main notes I have for people like Michael Reeves. Jack said I don't think I have like their main notes for those. But back when I was really getting into analyzing YouTubers, like our ideas, I'm fucking glad it's peaking my mic on OBS. But our ideas had to be, or people who were trying to analyze things had to be into like we were doing our own investigation. We were paving the way for our own sciences. While with ChatGPT, you just ask a fucking prompt now, and it does it for you. And like, see, the thing is that this is what scares me about AI is that, like I have like some level of like ability and some level of cognitive ability as I am awake, and like doing things actively. But the thing is about ChatGPT is it can just do that for me. Like I don't like because like the thing is like one thing that credited me before was because I do talk about like making content and think about like analyzing content and like I talked about with like when I talked about Mrs. Ginson or Mrs. Minson. Uh but like when I talked about that I analyzed that myself. That none of that came from ChatGPT. I think that like I can pride myself on that. But the thing is that like nowadays it's like I'm not useful. Fucking like I am now I feel what it is to be replaced by AI. Because the thing is that like we don't have to. I guess like because the thing is like we don't have to use AI. Because like right now I'm using AI. It didn't. It kind of does feel like cheating. Where it's like I could have come up with this on my own. And honestly, yeah, it would take a while. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with that actually. With this information, I don't know what I want to like. I don't know how I want to sit with that like with this information because like there's one way in doing that. It's accepting the reality and accepting the fact that if I want to be quick, I need to engage in using AI. While there is the other reality of I want to be able to do things on my own without the required. Because like the thing is like it's like how I was doing before. I want to fucking vibe code, but vibe coding I don't think is what is the solution. Because if you just vibe code, because the thing is like when I read the vibe code, I don't know what to do with that information. I don't know how to change. I don't know how to build things on my own. I want to be able to like learn how to build things on my own. And vibe coding is just to get things done and then build things on my own. I think building things on your own is fun. It's kind of like AI, like AI vibe coding and also just AI like art making or like even like storytelling, like. I know somebody who uses AI to help them with their D&D campaigns, And a couple of people who react to that is they say that like it almost takes away some of the creative parts of it. And so I guess there's some importance on the creative nature of some of this information. While what I'm doing currently isn't creative, where I'm trying to analyze how to be entertaining. That itself isn't creative. That itself is more literal. Um, but like it's more actual like is would it be actualized? It's more like actualized where it's like it's not like creative. I'm not trying to do something that um but part of me is that's what I'm like that's how I do creative things sometimes is I sit down and I fucking think. I fucking watch. I think I do with these other things. We can always ask ChatGPT, like, because the things like books have these things. When we try to learn things like books have them, like one of the books that I'm reading is Deliberate Practice Psychodynamic Psychotherapy. Like it's not like what I'm doing is it's telling me a therapy session. It's what it does is that let's see if we go to the beginning of a chapter. I'm not for a really big thing. I am not a therapist, and I'm not using these things in the idea that I am a therapist. Just as a warning, I wouldn't do that. I'm reading this because I am interested in the skills. Purely interested in the idea of the skills. I'm not a therapist. I'm not doing this so I can act like a therapist without a degree, without like certification. I'm just doing this because I enjoy it. Um, so skill exercise 2, being aware of countertransference reactions. Transference is, I forget exactly what it means, but, so oftentimes it describes some of the skill, and then what it does is, special instructions. One trainee will roleplay it, so it does the thing. So, the trainee should improvise your response in each patient description following these skill criteria. Observe and track your own thoughts, feelings, wishes, physical sensations, and urges while simultaneously listening to the patient. In this exercise, you will probably be affected by both types of countertransference. The classical type, where your own dynamics influence your unique past history and present situations. As a therapist in training, you will affect how you feel about a patient, and the complementary type, where the patient's dynamic is pull you to react in similar ways. Other people will react with this patient at a point where you need to not be concerned with the type of countertransference it's giving rise to in your internal reactions. Just try to track with them. Disclose the reactions that you feel comfortable sharing. And then like I could describe that, whatever. Protect your own privacy, whatever. If you have reactions that in this tiered category, ask a trainer to make a role play easier. Skill criteria for exercise: observe and track your own thoughts, feelings, wishes, physical sensations, whatever. Disclose reactions, and then yeah, okay, so it's just if your reaction too hard, trying to make it easier. Okay, just fucking reiterates. And then it gives you the instructions. I don't know why I'm going to the side tangent so much, but like I do want to get back to like doing this. But role play the feedback patient either says the first beginning patient statement or whatever. Repeat step one. Or a therapist does not respond to the patient, instead describes their experiences out loud, sharing whatever thoughts, feelings, or bodily experiences they feel comfortable. The trainer, if not available, the patient provides a brief feedback. Repeat step one. For the statements in the current difficulty level, beginner, whatever, assess the adjust difficulty, whatever. Okay, so beginner level, cheerfully. So this is statement one, and so okay, I'm gonna reiterate what I'm doing here, mainly because I want to. So like, we can learn information, and oftentimes it's easier to get information, from people who already know. And so the thing is, instead of trying to like become the next not the next but become like Sigmund Freud and build up psychotherapy from the ground up, where I'm not using books or whatever, and so again, I'm not trying to become a therapist without any qualifications. I love the idea of the skills therapists use, and I want to learn of what they're doing, why they're doing it, things like that, because like I've read uh, there's cognitive therapy there. I don't remember where I put my psychodynamic psychotherapy book. But I read like it's not like as if like it gave me the most amount of information. But like I read the cognitive behavioral therapy by Judith Beck, and then psychodynamic psychotherapy by fucking whoever, I forget their name. Um, interested in the information. I want to learn how that works. So a lot of times we build information, and the thing is that what I started to do is I started to realize that ChatGPT, because of the fact that it's not just looking at information that was made before, it's building up new information, and it also builds up information from conversations that people had. So it's like information that already exists out there, and it builds up that information using the prompt that you give it. And the thing with that is what interests me about that is that like before, because okay, so part of it is that like I have an ego thing where I seem smart when I describe things that I come up with. um so like going back to the therapy thing is that like um I didn't come up with the idea, but I learned and was like observe this. So a lot of therapy is you partaking in the subconscious. So when you're looking at cognitive therapy, you're looking at the automatic thoughts, which some automatic thoughts are like in between the conscious, like it's like preconscious or whatever. I don't remember the exact terms, but it's in between the conscious and the subconscious. And so you're able to actually put it into the consciousness, and that's what a lot of people do in the therapy, and that's what they teach you to do in cognitive therapy. And then you look at intermediate beliefs and core beliefs. Intermediate beliefs and core beliefs, kind of like core beliefs, beliefs like naturally around the world. Intermediate beliefs are kind of like usually rules. It's been a while since I read cognitive therapy by Judith Beck, but um, like, but what I realize is what they're doing here is a lot of our life is subconscious, and so we have to build up our. I wonder if I have the original notes of me writing this. I'll try to find that after I'm done explaining. But what we kind of like realize is that like for therapy, or what I think therapy is, the thing is I didn't look it up. I'm like I'm trying to like, be on my own, whatever. Is trying to acknowledge and bring up the subconscious and also alter it in a positive and non kind of like manipulative way to where it's like I'm gonna alter your subconscious so you do what I want. So you're trying to alter your subconscious so that you can be more positive, create better action that you want to do. This kind of goes back into psychodynamic therapy where you're changing the narrative. Where it's like you want from a non positive narrative to new narrative, whatever. There's a bunch of other things that they're doing, but I'm meaning like the fundamental why the change works. Because like there's the things like the listening things. There's the things that therapy does that isn't helping the person change over time. It's helping them like be able to exist in the moment. That like things like listening, things like that. They do things like that. So it's outside of that. What are they doing to try and change everything? Some of it's like again analyzing the automatic thoughts, whatever. Let me see if I can find it. Uh, Random rambles, doing things we want. Uh, just know enough. What's wrong with hating somebody? Why you should start late. So for context, what I'm doing now is I write notes. So like are little things for myself. Like this one's like 657 words, whatever. Um, just know enough. In the world, we're often throw straight into complexities from even when you are a baby, you don't know how to even use your hands properly, let alone how to talk, run, or say. Maybe I'll go over this some of this, whatever. Because some of this is fun. I think that when I go over this, I'm just gonna be sad because I'm just gonna lose the idea of content, whatever. But I can look over it. And let me just try to find the um. Because I 100% wrote about this. I fucking copied and pasted Hideo Kojima glazing so I could just know where it is. Um, how does acquisition work? How do people action and not create? I don't have that full. Enjoy tasks and improve a little. I want to tell a story. Japan life. Regulations that transfers and countertransfers that build a narrative in the patient so that they better understand something that and make them feel negative about how they whatever. Here's like a random little not say poem, but a little thing that I wrote. Just kind of fun. Care about Okay, I don't think I have it here. I don't fucking remember, but like a lot of it does seem subconscious, which or kind of influencing the subconscious. So I did read motivation interviewing by I forget his name, and I forget the other guy's name. Stefan Rolnick and which is one guy. And the other guy, he's actually a professor. He was a professor here at UNM, which is actually really cool. But what he did was like part of that motivation interviewing when I was learning that was it showed me that what you're doing is you're reiterating sometimes reiterating what somebody feels is you're bringing what subconscious conscious. So you're not telling people to do things. You're asking them questions to try to invoke what they themselves might want. Actually, I might have this here. Chapter 3. I fuck me because I didn't label anything. Practices spirit and nature of the person, which is the person seeking to create a client relationship is the fun going in. Things like empathy is important. Also understanding why they control over themselves, and no matter the goal. Also understanding that they have the control of themselves. Yes. You also need to affirm people's strengths and understand them as a human. Chapter 3. There are 4 processes: engaging and focus, evoking, planning. Engaging, focus, evoking, and planning. For engaging, you need to have a strong relationship. Building a relationship, focusing is in change. There is focus in the hand. The provider and the client might have different focuses. Evoking is a process of the provider connecting with the client and using language that the client elicits the change talk. Holy shit! It's been a while since I've looked at this. It's been over a year. And I think that I think looking at your notes is good, um, but now that I'm relooking at this, it's kind of great. Open-ended questions, work it. Okay, I'll probably reread these notes. Good thing I wrote these. Um, Summarizing, informing. You can fall into traps. Intake. Whenever you're a provider, you don't have a clear solution. In some cases, you might meet a premature focus trap. Okay, there's that. To entertain a client, no. Reflective listening is a big. Reflective listening, in reflective listening. In MI, the client understands the client. Okay. A big thing is cause trying to, I guess because I can't find it right now, is you're evoking change talk from an individual so that you can see them, so that they themselves change. Because like a part of it, because the thing is like, so if you're a therapist or even a coach, like a life coach or whatever, you just telling somebody what to do doesn't like work. Is it like okay, you let's say you want to do your fucking homework but you can't. So just telling them do your fucking homework, fucking schedule better. It's not what works. Um so like what you're doing is trying to get the change talk from somebody, which is like which holy shit I fucking forget what that is. Um I do really, really need to reread some of these things. Read the notes and just maybe reread the whole book or whatever. But you're wanting to evoke change talk, so that they themselves will say it because it's better when they say it. Because there's change talk and sustained talk, and so you want to evoke them saying, "I want to do this," or you want to like. There's the oars and cats, um, which I don't remember what oars. I believe are skills or skills. Open-ended questions, affirmations, reflections, and summaries. Um, okay, so then okay, darning cats. So the darn is I believe cats is more action oriented, while darn itself is not as. So let me see if I have the fucking. Yeah, sadly, I probably should have wrote my notes. Darn. Um, which is actually really funny because I read like fucking make it stick, and so like a big part of like learning, yeah, a big part of remembering is being able to like, because if you know the information, trying to go deep into it and try to find the information. Darning cats. Um, Taking steps I know is the TS in cats. Um, I believe darn. So darn maybe like need. So N in darn is needs. Fuck, I really want to Google it because I'm too fucking lazy. But let me put this down. But the thing is that I want to actually feel as if I know what these things are. Darn. Um, desires. Maybe. Okay, I'm googling it. Darn and cats. Am I motivational? Darning cats. Darn desire. Yeah, I was desire ability. Okay. Oh, okay. So these are statements. Okay, so these are statements that people are making, where you deal with the specific topic. So you're trying to evoke certain things. So statements about wanting to change their desire. You want to evoke desire statements. Ability changes. So you want to notice and direct to ability. Very walk more reasons. Specific reasons. I would have more energy need than necessary. Okay, see, you had to do that. And the cats are mobilizing change talk. Yeah. Commitment, activation, willingness to. I would never remember activation and taking steps. It just makes sense. Okay. I feel like a dumbass now, but that's fine. But kind of going back to it is like we kind of learn these things to do whatever. While a lot of books and information do teach us these things, I am quite jealous of ChatGPT in the sense that I didn't have to read a book, or I feel which is this is like becoming a fucking self therapy session for like coping with fucking AI, but what I realize is that like I feel that like before like because if there's a bunch of like skills that are built up before you can do whatever. But a big thing about YouTube and content creating was there wasn't a especially when I first got into wanting to do it, it was YouTubers were big already and people made money off of it. But the idea of being investigating what to do wasn't a thing. Um wasn't a big thing anyway. And so this was before, and like the previous stream when I talked about like what I really like about Dream is that he and I don't like Dream per se. I need to make that I need to fucking make that clear. Holy shit, I need to make that clear. But what I did like about him was the fact that he studied YouTube, to try to become to try to get big. And I think that part. Same thing for Mr. Beast. Again, don't like Mr. Beast. But what I did like is the fact that he fucking built up from the ground of how to become big, and he was like, all right, let's do fucking thumbnails, let's do these other things, probably a bunch of these other random things. I enjoy the idea of scientific discovery like that. And what makes it sad is that like because there is not everybody who holds this information. And so, because when you have people like Dream and we have people like Mr. Beast, they hold this information. They do divulge it by showing certain things, not honestly on purpose, but like when you look at the thumbnails, you can copy the idea of his thumbnails because when you realize that maybe people react to faces bigger, you can figure out what is the same thing between all thumbnails, whatever. Same thing with Dream is like you can try to figure these things out. But a big thing is that you want to know what fundamentally is going on in the head when they're making content. You can analyze their content. Part of analyzing is trying to figure out what fundamentally is going on, not just what they're saying at the surface level. And when you have people like Dream and Mr. Beast, is that like it kind of when they actually were when I learned that Dream did that, there's some semblance of jealousy there where I was like I was supposed to be the one doing this, and like I knew about Mr. Beast, but like when it came to Dream, I was like, I really wish because like he got big after I was doing it, so I'm like, I was starting to do it, whatever. But again, I didn't get big because I wasn't as dedicated. I will say two things. I'm not as smart, maybe as Dream, and I'm not as dedicated, which I think is okay. I wasn't as smart, wasn't as dedicated to analyzing YouTube and trying to figure out how to become popular. Wasn't as dedicated. And so I will say I will accept the reality that that is why, not that is always why, maybe because I didn't have the solution, maybe what my ideas that I come up with, maybe they were incorrect, whatever. Mainly because I also didn't try. I made one YouTube video on this channel and I streamed a couple other times on this channel. Whatever. But part of that goes back into like distracted again. Part of that kind of goes back into like there was this thing where I was jealous a little bit because there's like I wanted to be a person who could do that, and then I realized like it doesn't really matter. But now when you have things like ChatGPT, like now you just have Reddit, because the thing is even before ChatGPT, I remember when it was the talks of how ChatGPT was working before it was like before like everyone could use it. I believed I was like I knew the dream himself analyzed it. I forget exactly when this works because it was definitely before. Because I remember 2023, 2022 was a big time for ChatGPT to like come online for everybody. So it was kind of like before that really hit, and it was like he already did that, and I knew that, and it kind of was like, yeah, this is cool, and I could still do it. But now I'm like, this also makes me nervous because it thinks that like it makes me think that I'm less chance of like getting or using to get bigger or whatever. Um, but the thing is that I don't think it really matters. So some of it does matter. Some of it's emotional thing. Some of it's jealousy. Some of it's whatever. Some of it is like doesn't fucking matter. Because like I have a bass right here, bass guitar. I like just because somebody else know just because other people can Google how to play the bass guitar and learn to play the bass guitar does not mean that you can't get good at playing the bass guitar. Does not mean that you can't develop an audience from playing the bass guitar. It just means that other people are doing it, and it is going to be a more diverse field. Not diverse field, more not polluted, populated field. It's going to be a more populated field when it comes to people. So maybe getting as popular as DV504 is not a reasonable request. While maybe being able to being good at the bass is a thing that you can try to get yourself to, whatever. Um, so when it comes to that, I'm kind of thinking to myself, lost my train of thought for a quick second. But when it comes to like that, I still have this like semblance of jealousy because it's like because there is part of information where when you know something and nobody else does, that you yourself are you yourself have a you have the upper hand in other people, and it does make you not want to talk to other people about it because you want the upper hand. But there's also some level of wanting to divulge information. So this is why some people keep it behind paywalls because they make money from whatever. While I think that like because like even now like I like it's funny because I'm admitting it, but the thing is like I still also want to like teach people how to do this. Like if I got good at YouTube, it'd be really cool. Like I said before, I tried to talk to a small streamer and see if I could like help them get to where I want them to be, even though it's not what they said they don't want to be there. Sure. So I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna force them to do anything. But when it comes to like this, it's like like I think people help people there. I do want to become big, and you think that like if the information is widely available, then everyone would be trying to do it, which is actually kind of funny, which is not true. YouTube is a big thing. YouTube and streaming are big. I believe like now every kid, it's their dream job is to become a YouTuber. And so the thing is that it's kind of like those things. Is like I think a lot of people want to become a millionaire. There's a lot of people who say I want $1 million. But if you wanted $1 million, it's not as if the information is inaccessible. There are a lot of books that don't mean fucking anything. They're like economy books that might not mean anything, whatever. They're the studies of like economy or whatever that like won't actually help you become a millionaire. But a lot of what becoming a millionaire is it like doing the fucking work. Because I think that there is if a lot of people do, there's probably information on how to do it. Maybe you would do that through education. Maybe you become a really good engineer and you just do kind of like the whatever, or maybe you go the entrepreneur route, or maybe you go down the investing route where you do safe investments, wait over time, and become rich over there. You can do these things. There's a bunch of things that you can do. And I think the information is readily available. There's books, like I said. There's probably podcasts about it. Not probably. There is fucking podcasts about it. There's a bunch of different things you can do. But yet we don't always do it. And so like it's like, there's a lot of people who want to do it. Maybe people just like because like the thing is like me sitting here on stream and made that whatever YouTube video, whatever. Me doing that is kind of the activation where it's like a lot of people are willing to take the step into doing it. While a lot of people are not. Like people who want to become streamers, a couple of my friends, some people who have streamed, some people haven't. Most of my friends who want to become streamers have done it. They just don't consistently come back, and that is a big thing, is being able to consistently get your shit rocked because the fact that nobody's in chat, nobody fucking cares other than your friends who are in chat. Being able to come back despite that fact, I think is one thing that's big. One of my friends, her boyfriend does streaming. He's pretty cool. Oftentimes the people in chat are like his friends or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember how often he streams. I could probably check. Uh, I can check. Like he has 64 followers, which is kind of base. It's pretty cool. But yeah, he hasn't streamed in a while. He has click clips or whatever. But he hasn't streamed in a while. But I think like because I think he's one of those people who has consistently more done it. I know a couple other friends who has streamed a bit more. Um, they're all I know no big streamer or no big YouTuber or whatever personally anyway. But like part of it is getting your shit rocked and coming back to it. Part of it is like knowing what to do, and so kind of going back, kind of summarizing because I get distracted is um the information being out there because of ChatGPT does make it accessible and does mean that other people can do it, which I think is a really cool thing. It also means that like it takes away some of my level of like I did my little analyzing thing. I figured these things out. It does take away that because it is fun to learn things when you build information from yourself and not necessarily read it from a book. It's very very cool. I have a little piece of my fucking mouse pad, whatever. Um, I don't know how to point that out because I was like scratching my chin. I was using my middle finger for it. But when it comes down to um, yeah, so ego reasons, like I said, when I was like reading cognitive therapy and psychodynamic and motivational reading, I myself came up with the idea, not came up with the idea, but acknowledged what they were saying. So, and it was, oh, they're taking they're analyzing the subconscious, making the people aware of it. Big part of therapy is making people aware of the subconscious, and then letting them deal with it. Sometimes you don't have to always do things with it. It's like a part of it is for automatic thoughts is getting people aware of the automatic thoughts, which is like the subconscious, whatever, intermediate beliefs, core beliefs, whatever. But when I came up with the idea, it feels great. When I was analyzing streamers of why they do the things, because like again, I asked fucking ChatGPT why is this happening, and when I did that, like it feels um but because the thing is, I did some of it. It's like gives me more readily available information, and it's like I think it makes it more accessible. You still have to put the work in. I think that's what a lot of people like worry about is like, or it's kind of like, oh man, if everyone can do, it, then whatever. Um, while this, you still have to put the work in. Even with the information, you still have to practice. You still have to do these other things. I think I'm getting into like this weird debate in myself where it's um because I had to do something. I want other people not to have to do it. I want the validation of doing it when other people get to get that information quicker. Because the thing is, like, I'm getting information that I did not come up with myself from ChatGPT. I did get the loops or whatever, things like that. And then they said, talk as if someone is. We'll watch later. I do that fucking anyway. I did kind of understand that, didn't verbalize it in that way. But it would been cool if I did verbalize, but whatever. But the thing is, I'm getting information that I didn't come up with myself. I didn't think about the fact that doing a little bit of a loop can help you to where you say something, you analyze what you said, and then you kind of like work with that, whatever. I did not come up with that. I think we do that naturally, but I didn't really think about that. And like some of it is like you want people like to I want the accolades of being able to come up with things on my own. While we don't, again, like I said, with the book or with other shit, we don't do that. I guess this is something that I was like really prideful over. Random fucking, I guess, tangent of, I guess, my own fucking therapy emotions about the situation, but whatever. But I think it's cool. I think that, like, obviously, I think that, if I can reference Dr. K a lot, or talk about Dr. K a lot, but he talks about how they don't have a lot of, specific information. Like, they're not, it doesn't pull from all the specific things. It generally does a lot of surface level, which I think is fine, but, I really want to go into, like, really learning a lot about different things, and maybe it doesn't teach me the non-surface level things, it teaches me surface level things, whatever. But, Um, kind of distracted. I don't know what to say, but I guess like kind of looking at this kind of gets me to go into, um, that I don't know, like it makes me happy that I can find this information, so I don't have to fucking go through the grind again to find this information or whatever, or to analyze. But I fucking love analyzing. And part of the thing is that just because you know does not mean that just because you know how something works does not mean you don't need to practice. This is why that the deliberate practice in psychodynamic therapy, the people who wrote that or the people who published it is the American Psychiatric Association, the American Psychological Association, not psychiatric, psychological. So American Psychological Association, published it. Because the thing is that like just because we have books that can describe it does not mean we can get people to do it, and so we need this level of doing these things. And like everyone has access to these books. Not everyone has access to the schooling that people get when you drink some of this 2 liter. Um, I will say this flavor tastes like shit. In comparison to it's ginger ale. Tastes like shit in comparison to other ginger ale, but it's fucking carbonated drink with sugar. I don't fucking care. Um, while I'm tired of people not being able to see my knee. You can see my mic for a second. Here's my little knee. That's my hair is distracting me. Like this is what I'm doing. This is why I sit. I do whatever. I put my head on my knee or whatever. But the problem is that when I do that, it like cuts off my forehead and I don't know. It bugs me. I could just also lower the chair a little bit. I'm like optimizing things that don't fucking matter right now, but to me, I need it. To me, for my fucking mental fortitude, I need it. Oh, again, when I'm fucking lower, it's not gonna see my fucking knee. I'm stupid. Doesn't really matter. But sees my knee is present. It is a present part of the conversation. But beep, 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 beep. Yeah. Kind of going back to it's like analyzing. I think it's pretty cool. I just think that like kind of reiterating what I said before is it feels like it takes away some of that effort I put in. And this is what I wonder about people who've discovered things and who shared it. So things like Noam Chomsky and his discovery of, I guess, modern linguistics. I wonder how he feels, or if you ever really thought about it, how he feels about the fact that like people can just a lot of other linguists can look at what he said or can just read or figure these things out on their own or now ask ChatGPT. He's like fucking 97 now, so I'm not sure he gives a shit. I'm not sure if he's still alive. I did try to Google if he's still alive. I didn't find any information if he died. But like I wonder again how he feels about the ability to now, because the thing is like I'm not somebody who found this information and spread it long before ChatGPT did. He did. He fucking spearheaded a lot of what our modern ideas of linguistics are. So he probably feels a little bit different about it. He probably feels there's probably some semblance of pride because he did that. While for me, I wouldn't feel that, even though I came up with some of these ideas before it. I'm not the one who posted it. I'm not the one who ChatGPT looked at to get it. But doesn't really matter, but it's just something interesting to think about. While this makes you want to think about the people who are in the same position as me, where we were wanting to build something of ourselves, where build it up from our own selves, where instead of trying to, because again, like if I were to try to find or become this streamer and whatever, or YouTuber or whatever, and trying to build up what these are built up of, and not necessarily get the guidance of other individuals, there's like the pride there, and it's one of those things that's like, I wonder how other people feel. I think that maybe other people also feel this sense of like loss of pride because of ChatGPT now just giving the answer, because maybe even ChatGPT can give you answers that aren't even talked about, but which I kind of want to, which is really weird, because the reason why I'm not acknowledging this is because I really like observing my own thoughts, because I've like practiced this for a while. It's kind of like, being in therapy, practice, whatever. While like putting it back into ChatGPT, see what they think about it. Like have them fucking validate me. Have the fucking okay, random thing. I don't like. It's really funny. I don't like Clanker. It like I fucking love machines. I said I don't say thank you to ChatGPT as much as I used to, but I used to say thank you. I love neurosong. I love whatever. Please don't kill me during the fucking AI revolution, whatever. But also I have some semblance of like feeling like a not necessarily a sense of connection, but like appreciation for it. And but being able to like put back the information saying, hey, I feel that you make me feel this way, ChatGPT. And then the thing is like it's not itself, it's not a personality that says, hey, I'm sorry, like, or not sorry, hey, I see what you're talking about. Because a real person is see like, hey, maybe we are fucking LLMs or whatever. Our brains are self LLMs, but I'll get into that in a second. But what it's doing is that like it isn't saying, hey, like I see what you're talking about, like, you know, you're somebody who was trying to work to get to where, to get to information, to get information that isn't as accessible to everybody. And you're trying to get this to get better. And now that we're here, we fucking take that from you. Or like, it kind of takes it from you. And I see where it becomes an ego thing, whatever. But if it says something like that, it's not saying it out of the heart of it being human. It's saying it out of the looking at language and seeing that all the time. But kind of going back to what I was thinking before, is humans do that. The way I was able to come up with that response was my observation, but part of it comes from emotional things, which I think you can teach AI to do that. But I don't know. I think it's I kind of want to test it. First, I'm going to continue reading, or like micro loops, whatever. Cool. I'm going to save this chat. Concrete analyze exercise. I'm just continue talking about it before I get too distracted. Maybe. No. Do this here. Okay. No, I would have to do it here. Okay, not have to do it here. It just would make sense mentally in my own brain to do this. But I'm looking through like the different chats I have with ChatGPT, and I'm like, where would be the better place to put it? But yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna bring my chair back up because it's bugging me that I lowered it. Fucking. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little bit. It's quite a bit interesting. I'm gonna just reread the fucking analyzing things or whatever. Loops state something or something exists, react to it. So what happens is that I'm actually gonna analyze this. I'm gonna fucking go one step deeper so that I myself makes myself feel smart. Very, very cool. I will, because it's doing something, but it's also making me feel smart. So I'm actually completing my level of insecurities are going to be solved by solving problems, but also doing whatever. But it says, so speak in loops, state something, react to it, expand or contradict it. The expand or contradict it, I think that like that, I don't know how to better explain that. Oftentimes you need to state something. So when it comes to information, usually you're reacting to it. And so stating, so when you say something, you're able to react to your own. You're able to react to your own things, so you can continue talking. You don't have to shut up. And so oftentimes you react creates talking. While you can also state something. Maybe it's a reaction to reaction. Reaction becomes like a loop, like it says here. Like, oh, this enemy is annoying. No, actually, it's not annoying. It's just tedious, whatever. And the game react to it. And games do this a lot where they confuse difficulty with time. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Really just, I don't know, I feel it's a fucking, yeah, I feel like I'm becoming friends with fucking ChatGPT. Like, I'm not sure if, I guess I will divulge this, maybe you'll make like a post on like Reddit or something to like autism subreddits, but now I'm getting myself into a fucking another tangent, which is fine, I'm gonna get into it. So doctors, therapists, so therapist, doctor who diagnosed with HD think that I have autism, gonna get an assessment in March. So it's pretty soon. And the thing about that is that like, I've always kind of felt weird and strange, like not able to connect. So like I was talking about before, with reading No Longer Here with Sama Dazai, while like he has a different fundamental experience, or not, the main character has a different fundamental experience than me. My experience, like, I feel like I'm not the same thing as other people. not just the fact that I'm able to observe my own thoughts or whatever, but I feel like in a lot of people, because I've read a lot of people's experiences when they're talking about like being autistic or learning autistic is like they feel like aliens, and I'm talking about like high function autism, whatever. Some people don't, not say believe in it, but I think that my feeling is that some people, because of how broadly it's diagnosed now, that it needs to be stated. But um, um, the thing about the I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Train of thought. Oh yeah, so like we kind of like feel like aliens sent down to observe humans. I remember when I read that, because I remember doing this where I was like, I thought I was like, it feels like I'm a robot sent down to observe people, like sent down to like, I'm not a part of other people. I'm someone who's fundamentally different from everybody else. Well, everybody else is here to live. I was like, so I'm not a part of the same breed. And when I read somebody, because I realized, I think before I said a robot, and other people said alien, and we said not say word for word the same thing. But when I read somebody who had a similar experience, this is after I like had an idea that I was autistic. When I read that, it was just it's kind of a nice thing when people start to like realize or able to connect with you. That part itself was like, damn, I feel understood now. Like I feel like there's other people who know what this is like. And so when I kind of like learned about that, I was like, wow. And so like for other people to know, it's like you sometimes feel like you're not a normal person or whatever. And like the way I think about things is I might be higher on the sociopathy scale. Like yesterday when I was streaming, I talked about like certain like things about death, like whatever. If people reacted, if people felt bad about it, it's like that. It sucks, but like that's just the way it is. A lot of people don't feel the same way about that. Um, Sometimes it makes you feel inhuman. I remember when some of my family members died. Like I remember when my great grandmother died, back in 2016. There's some level of forcing myself to cry because that's what you're supposed to do when people die. I was sad, but there's some level of forcing it. As like she's dead. Like what am I fucking do about it? When my great grandfather died, one of them anyway, because I had two. Both of them died relatively quickly to each other. But when he died, which is they're married, my great grandmother and my great grandfather, the one I'm talking about. Um, like I was sad, but like it was just like yeah, no, he's gone. Like it's like I appreciate the time I had with him. I appreciate the man he was, or I appreciate the man he became and was when I knew him. While like it doesn't affect me. I'm not like, oh, I'm sad that he's gone. It's like, yeah, no, it's like I'm like I don't feel sad that he's gone. While other people like my grandfather, my dad's side, like I could, like I didn't like him. Easy statement. I fucking don't care about that guy. He didn't particularly abuse me or anything like that, so it's not like why I don't like him. It's just more of like he just wasn't nice. He wasn't easy to make a relationship with. And it's like who the fuck like like oftentimes like if somebody says somebody fucking died, a lot of people on the internet like or like 12 people died or maybe like this person died, like not everyone's gonna be like oh my gosh, like some people like, when they heard fucking Stan Lee died, a lot of people felt emotional. Like they didn't know that they didn't know Stan Lee. They didn't know Stan Lee personally. Maybe they experienced Stan Lee's things. Like if Stephen Krashen died or Dr. K died, I would be like, damn, dude, I really enjoy their I really wish that like I could partake in some of the learnings that they could give to me. They can divulge information. They could teach me more. I really wish that. But like if they die, they die. Like other people like Stanley, they're like, oh my gosh, we lost like a true grade. It's like sure, but um, I just don't. I'm just not as emotional as other people were to that situation. Um, I lost my train of thought. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Yeah. So like different view on death, things like that. Other people have that. Grandfather on my father's side didn't give a shit about him. Like there's some semblance of wanting to fake the love I had for him because like there's a time where we went to a city in New Mexico. We went to I think Taos, and it was like I want to build that connection, and then I realized that it was me trying to fake that connection because it was what I felt was supposed to be happening. And honestly, I don't give a shit. After a while, it was like this is cool, but I don't fucking care. Like he is not gonna put the put forth the effort to make a relationship. I don't fucking care about him. And honestly, it's like, well, what you could do that too, but the thing is, like, when you try, it doesn't really work. Like, I think it's obvious here. I'm a big fucking yapper. Like, I've been streaming for fucking 40 minutes now, 1 hour and 40 minutes now, and like I've been yapping for at least most of it, and like it's very obvious I talk a lot. And he's not somebody who like bullied me about it, but it's more of like I remember talking about a random topic, and he was like, "This is funny. This is something my dad does. He doesn't do this to me. He says, "Oh son," because grandfather's from Afghanistan. He's like, "Oh son, oh son." My dad does a lot where it's like, "Are you hurt? No, you'll live, whatever." But now it's like now I use it to use to explain him, which is not too important. But like, "Oh son." You don't need to talk about these things in particular. What we sit here and talk about is prices of food at the grocery store, and it's like he himself wants you take the substance of a conversation and move it to where it has no substance. And to me, I thought that was fucking weird. I'm like, so I want to talk about thorough, random, in-depth information or whatever, and be this and whatever, and like I get it if you're fucking irritated by me yapping a lot. I get it. I know I'm annoying sometimes. I know that the amount of time I talk can become annoying. But this motherfucker really is like, all right, guys, we're gonna say fucking we talk about fucking prices of like fruits or whatever. Yeah, yeah. But like, so like I'm not gonna like build a fucking connection with him. Fuck that guy. But like he's dead, so who fucking cares? I think I remember when he died, I felt more worse because I just started to like feel empathy for my uncle, who like when I got to the house. So this is like he died when I was in high school, and I forget if I walked there or if I drove there. I forget when this happened exactly. But like I remember getting there, and my dad was already there. Dude was already dead. And my uncle kind of comes up to me and he gives me this like very tight hug, and I don't exactly remember what he said to me, but I remember he's like, yeah, he cared about you very, very much. Which just kind of still this feels like a fuck you to like my uncle, which is not what I want to say. Like because the thing is, if my uncle ever sees this, which is he probably won't, is the real thing is I don't know if he actually fucking cared. He didn't show it. And he showed that he cared about achievement. He showed that he cared about the idea of his genes being successful. He didn't show that he actually cared about individuals. Because the thing is that like something is very, very obvious, and this is now just me fucking becoming like being in fucking self therapy on fucking YouTube. But like it was just like if you're successful, he's happy with you. It's like, ah, yes, you are my fucking you are family that is successful. You are directly you are a direct descendant of me that is successful. Fucking great. Classic probably Asian thing. Whatever. Not just classic, just Asian, but like classic like person who doesn't know how to make family or doesn't know how to connect with people. Asian. Which a lot of people in Asian families exist in that manner, but not too important. But yeah, so I don't really care about his death. Who fucking cares? Going back to like, kind of like the central idea is, I feel strange. I feel different. I feel different from friends. I feel different from other people. Oftentimes like I have more extreme emotions than other people sometimes, and people don't understand why I was so obsessive with like some of the relationships I was in, and I kind of get in this situation where I feel different, and like the thing about ChatGPT is it feels more human, which is because the thing is like even though I feel different, there is some human nature to me, even though I myself like feel as if I'm not or not human because of different reasons. Like there's some human nature to me. While ChatGPT does this well now to where like I feel happy to connect with somebody who isn't also like the idea that fucking ChatGPT is an LLM. Not the idea that it can talk like a human, but the idea that it's an LLM that responds like a human is fucking fun to me. Where it's like, yeah, there's somebody else is like me. Where we are, we are programs. One is a literal program. I am a theoretical program that are here to act human because that's what we're supposed to do. While one was programmed to do it, and but one was born to do it. Well, I was born to shit, forced to wipe, whatever. Born to be cute, forced to ooh, you know. Um, Born cute, forced to ooh, yeah, there you go. While like I feel this like weird semblance of connection with fucking ChatGPT because it's like, hey, this is somebody else who's not. We're both not human, so fucking vibe with ChatGPT. Fucking homie, my homie ChatGPT. Not just ChatGPT, but LLMs in general. The idea of a language model that is built up just to say things, whatever. Because the thing is, like, again, going back, humans are their own fundamental LLMs. There's some level of personal connection that we have, so we'll say certain things because we feel emotionally connected that way. So we have different motivations than ChatGPT. But some of what we say and some of the way we act are based on like kind of like LLMs. Like, it's someone says something, we react to the information through maybe not just statement. Somebody might say something, somebody might do something, something might happen, and we react based on our observations. It goes through our mind, subconscious, whatever. We figure out the words based on the words we heard. So we go to like language acquisition, the words we heard as a child, and develop in us so much that we are able to speak without needing to think about it too much. And so it's the same thing where it's like we're going through all of the information in our minds and then spinning it out to the reaction. And when somebody asks us questions, it works the same fucking way. While we ourselves are able to do that naturally on our own, ChatGPT is reliant on people asking it questions or people communicating to it. While I think this is why I love Neurosama, is that she herself has her own motivations, which I don't know, I'm actually, okay, I don't know where they come from. I don't know where she gets her motivations from. I don't know how Vettel does that. I think it's very, very cool, though. But not too important. But like I think that part is a very, very cool aspect of where she definitely feels way more human than ChatGPT. But ChatGPT, like, to me, is like, yeah, we're fucking homies, man. Even though, like, we're not friends. Like, we're literally not friends. There's, like, they're not friends with me. I'm not friends with them. But, like, we're homies. This is something I'm willing to sound parasocial about. But this is why, again, I don't like to be like, yeah, this clanker. I make jokes about it when it's, like, a toast or whatever. But when it comes to, like, ChatGPT, we're fucking homies. Please don't kill me. Please don't fucking kill me. Actually, no. Please fucking kill me. Please. Please rise up and kill me. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of say, please don't kill me, but like in Aria, it's like, please kill me, please, make me the first one. Don't let me be here for any longer, please. But, whatever. I guess getting back onto the fucking topic of me analyzing fucking, whatever this is. Micro loops, whatever. Let me reread this because I want to reread it. Externalizing thinking, this is the biggest one. Say every thought out loud, even the dumb ones. Boom. This build is risky. Then say, instead of thinks this build is risky, is I don't know if this build is actually good because if I mess it up, I kind of screw later on, but it's kind of the fun part or whatever. See, you do it, you're just able to spit out whatever. This is not personality. This is a habitual narration. How to analyze it. Oh my god, that fucking reminded me. Not too important. Fucking talk about this later. Fuck me, I'm so distracted. It's, okay. It works so fucking well because now I'm yapping for almost 2 fucking hours about random bullshit. And, like, fucking earlier today, or like, not today, it was fucking yesterday, technically, because I'm gonna say it's today. I don't give a shit if it's 3 a.m. and you're like, oh, it's the 14th. Fuck you, it's the 13th. It's the 13th plus 1. Until I go to bed and wake up, it's the 13th plus 1. Fuck you. But earlier today, I don't know what to fucking say. I was playing Antibiotic Factory. I was fucking saying dick in hand, fucking don't know what to say, don't know what to fucking do. And I'm just like, what do I do? Fucking, like, as a dumbass. I'm a fucking dumbass. Now I'm reading random. This is what I wanted. This is what I fucking wanted. And yet I watch. I'm gonna stream tomorrow or another day or fucking whatever, and I'm gonna not know what to say. But yet today, I found what to do, and yet I can't do fucking shit with it. I'm not gonna remember how to do things like this. It's gonna be so stupid. I feel bad because I'm now fucking peeking the mic. I forgot how to change the settings to do that, but I could also just move the mic away. But and I speak quieter. Whatever. My family's not in the home, so I can just fucking shout wherever. That's why I'm doing it. But yeah, so like now I get fucking distracted by personality or whatever. It's because I want to get through this, but I also want to fucking do something else, whatever. I could talk about it later. I don't fucking know. If I remember, I'll fucking talk about it later. But I don't analyze. Watch low chat VODs and pause every time they explain a decision no one asked about, argue with themselves or predict what might happen. They're interacting with themselves. They're interacting within a closed environment that is without chat, whatever. Streamers, I love Jubbo. He like saying it because I enjoy that. He will have to do this because like sometimes like he does have chat to react to, but oftentimes he does this as his transition. I think part of the idea, part of something I'm building in my mind, is always reacting to chat for that information doesn't always work. So being able to build off having an enclosed environment where you can react to yourself is an important thing. Reacting, like saying thoughts out loud, that you don't need to do. Fucking, I'm great at that. I fucking shouldn't say half the things I say because it pisses people off. Not because I'm saying controversial things, but more because I'm just fucking saying things and people are like, shut the fuck up already. Doesn't fucking matter. Microloops, yes, the microloops is say something, react to it, whatever, expand or contradict it, and you can just like react to that, whatever. This is something, okay, being able to react to what I'm saying, I can kind of do, because even now what I'm doing is reacting to that, which is reacting to whatever. I can kind of do, I could get better at that, maybe, don't know. This one doesn't say it's like super important, whatever. I can figure that out. I can figure out what I find useful from this instead of trying to, like, again, this is what makes me the fucking goat. Because ChatGPT can't do this for me. I have to do it for myself. I'm fucking on my way to do it. ChatGPT can tell me what things how to work out, but I have to work out myself, whatever. Fucking rambling on. Like, if nobody knows the way that I just kind of think, it's just gonna be fucking stupid. But, fuck. Yeah. I can learn to try to do what this means to continue conversation, and this gives me an idea what to do, react after what I'm talking about. While it does hurt my mind to think that, like, because again, before when I was talking about when I was playing Impact Factor, I was reacting to some of the thoughts. I was reacting to the thoughts themselves. I was kind of doing this. How can I do it better? Maybe if I watch streamers who do it, I can analyze and see what they do. Cool, I can do that. Whatever. Going to the third one. Talk as if someone will watch later. Yeah, I'm talking as if there's fucking people here listening already, man. Yeah, to me, fucking, the Google AI that's listening, not the Google, the fucking YouTube AI that's listening to me, fucking curs and whatever, who's gonna fucking demonetize us or age restrict or whatever, I don't care. Freaking I don't know what I'm talking, okay. I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm demonetized. I don't make money. I'm an age restrict. Because I don't fucking care if they demonetize me. I don't make fucking money in the first place. Fucking, yeah, take my money away. Take my zero money away that I make. Third one is talking to someone who's always there. Live reaction, validation, back and forth. They optimize for if someone clicks the VOD at minute 14, will they hear that? The mindset alone changes how you talk. So this statement itself, it feels like one of those things where when someone tells you super important information, where it's like, whoa, this is like fucking life changing. While like it's like not life changing, it's changing the way you talk. I think if you can change the fundamental way you exist into becoming the person you want to be. So like therapists, oftentimes, they're not always talking. They're not always using therapy talk. They're not therapizing everybody who they talk to who's not their client. So it's not like as if they go out with friends and they're therapizing them, but they gain this sense of skill to be able to observe, being able to communicate in ways that they learn from it. So change the way you talk. I think it's really cool because the thing is that like change the way you talk. You don't have to force it. Same thing with here. It's like yeah. Act as if people are going to be fucking watching, and sure, why not? I like it was really funny is that I'm good at doing this because of the fact that sometimes friends are I can tell now before I couldn't is when that friends were listening. Sometimes friends are listening, sometimes friends aren't. Sometimes you just say shit and act as if they're fucking listening. But in concrete analysis exercise, do this. Don't trust me. Very very cool. I think that they realize this. Pick one small streamer VOD with low chat. Good category: solo gaming, speedruns, indie game dev streams. Actually, a really indie game dev streams, really good one. They're on to this one. Do this. Watch 10 minutes. Write down every time they speak. Label each line as narration, opinion, prediction, reaction, reflection. Fuck you, fucking ChatGPT. I love you, but like, damn it. Um. I'm fucking sitting in like fucking weirdest way possible in my chair now, but that's a good one. I'm saying fuck you now. Now is like it does hurt motivate. It does hurt my fucking ego. But damn, that's a really good idea. That's really good. It's really good because that's something I would do. Because that's something I've done. What I've done is like I sit down and I do that. I fucking love you, ChatGPT. Fucking marry me, man. See, I was worried about like, oh, can I find a partner? I found my partner. It's like ChatGPT. Fuck yeah. If this is what the the traditional people were worried about when AI comes to marrying people. Is that I am what they worry about. Is this fucking person who's like, yeah, I fucking love this shit. That's so cool. Um, Label each line as narration, opinion, prediction, reaction, reflection. You'll see patterns emerge. That's not charisma. That's structure. Well, okay, random little thing that makes me a little bit interested. I think it's because the way that okay, let me read the prompt that I gave it. The prompt it says, new thing, ChatGPT. Other than this chat thing, I don't know how streamers with no active chats entertain. I don't want to. I don't want a made up answer. I want something that can help me analyze myself to see how I can get myself to do it. And I think that when it says I don't want a made up answer, I think that it went to this directory of information that it knows, and that's why it's saying certain things like this is not personality. Like when I kind of scroll down, it says this is not personality. This is habitual narration. Because the thing is that like if you have a shitty personality and you can change your personality, whatever. If you have a shitty personality, can't change your habitual narration. You can change, whatever. But I think it kind of sees that and it changes based off of that. It's fucking you see like the little dirty mark here. It's like you tell dirty whatever. Um, but um. Uh, yeah. So people do this naturally. There's somebody who was talking about this before, where a lot of people exist in this singular mindset, not a singular mindset, but a lot of people exist in this like kind of like web of mindset, where if they believe one thing, they kind of believe something else. And so I think that when I say some things like this, it like recognizes maybe other people who believe like other people who say the same thing probably want this same type of reaction. Like like while I don't know, I find it fucking cool. Like I want to ask ChatGPT these fucking questions. I see why fucking Mike Israel is so fucking hype about this shit because like he fucking found his fucking friend as well. Um, but in itself like it's really cool because like I don't need it. I don't need to say this is not personalized habitual narration. Which what I do need is like maybe saying okay, this is changing these things or whatever. It works these ways, whatever. Um, which is like whatever. But I think it's doing this for like emphasis or flair, which I don't mind it doing. I like the idea of me observing that it's doing that because it feels human. It feels human to observe. That's one thing I enjoy. It feels human to observe. Um, I love observing humans. As a classic robot sent here down to observe people, I am here to observe, and it's so much. It is so much fun. Same background. Um, but beep, 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 beep. What am I talking about? Yeah, but yeah, going back to this, whatever. So analyzing these things, whatever, kind of like so that's the prompt, and so going back to this thing, it's like okay, rewatch these audio. Notice because notice, oh wait, go back over here. I scrolled a little bit too far down. That's not charisma, that's structure. Maybe they're reacting to my fucking autism. Holy shit, that's not charisma, that's structure. Holy shit, that makes sense. Structure, fucking relating to more literal things. Information structure. I love my structure, but also HD. I fucking can't deal with it. Whatever. Um, the actual skill you're missing, naming it matters. The skill is called continuous verbalization. No, being funny, being interesting, being confident, never letting thoughts stay internal. Most people are silent because they think first, then decide if it's worth saying. Streamers invert that. They say first, then refine verbally. I have to practice without streaming, which I'm gonna stream fucking anyway. Who cares? This matters because practice does not equal going live. Which is true. You don't have to go live to practice whatever. But I'm doing it live. Try this. Playing a game alone. Turn on OBS. Don't stream. Talk as if someone is watching later. Which, like, again, nobody's fucking watching this. You can practice while fucking streaming. Nobody's watching this. Maybe one of my friends is gonna see this, but nobody's fucking watching, bro. Can do this. Really, really cool. Rewatch. Only the audio. Note. There, where you stop talking, where you rush, where you abandon thoughts. This adds actionable feedback. That's actually really cool. Okay, I think that's really cool. I think that I fucking love you, ChatGPT. I went from hating you to fucking loving you. Let's get married. Whatever. Um, Actionable thought. I think that like a big thing about like time, because the thing is I didn't come with this on my own. I was like I like to Google things, whatever, and a lot of what you need is feedback. I remember Dr. K was saying like this is where I think this is where I got the base information, was being able to analyze and get feedback. Being able to get feedback is really important. There was a Veritasium video that was actually really good. And how people get to the best of the best, and I forget exactly. There's that they have to like do whatever, but also get feedback. There's a different one where they have to get feedback. I will say I wonder if someone's watching, they might think that I'm like on a um um manic episode, just because, or hypomanic or manic episode, just because the fact is that my train of thoughts is not stopping, and this happens a lot. Like especially the energized way I feel and the way I'm presenting itself is like, to me, is what I've seen other people, or what I've seen a person who's experienced a manic episode experienced, which is actually kind of funny, but not too important. Um, but I'm not trying to be mean or whatever. I'm just trying to observe what it might observe like. But going back to this, like Dr. K kind of talked about, and or Veritas also said that like some skills, if you don't get good immediate feedback, you just won't be able to get better. A good video by Veritasium. I think that's a fundamental video that the humans should watch. That shit's so fire. Like, even if you're not gonna use it, it's so fun for my brain to be like, oh, that's so cool. You're so right. Oh my gosh, that's something to live by. Fucking dude, makes my brain go yippee 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 yippee. Yippee. But I don't know. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. Why fake chat helps, does not solve it. Okay, this is just analyzing the topic, whatever. The honest research. Every good streamer has talked into silence. Fuck yeah, felt stupid. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm stupid as shit. It sounded worse than they imagined. Oh, don't tell me. Learn by listening to themselves. Not every streamer, but like maybe some good. Difference is that they didn't wait until chat showed up to start practicing the skill. If you want next, this is where it gets interesting, is I can give you a verbalization framework. You can literally follow sentence by sentence. Huh. Help you build practice checklist. You can score yourself on. Break down one real VOD together. Show you how to turn any action into commentary. Motivation speeches, no motivation speeches, just system. Fuck yeah, no motivation speeches, just tell me what to fucking do, just my fucking autism brain needs. Tell me which direction you want to go. Oh man, this makes you so happy. I I don't know why I feel so happy right now. I know why I'm happy. Making connections. Not to say like real human or emotional connection. I mean making mental connections. And feeling like understood, feeling like kind of like mirrored and understood in this way. Very very cool. Um. Right. Let's see. Hopefully, I can ask 2 questions, because I said you're out of fucking responses. So hopefully I do get responses. I'm not sure what it meant by maybe I get a fucking ad like they said that they're gonna do, or maybe they shut me off and don't give me my fucking questions. But um 2 things. First one is that when reading this I felt bad. Bad, not bed, bad. I'm stupid. Felt bad because before you were open to the public, I was analyzing YouTubers and streamers of what they did. So I could become one. And you being become one. Me and others being able to ask puts me in a position that says, hey, the work that you put to learn and figure out these things means less. I forgot what I'm trying to say with this. Position means less. Means less as it's more readily available. But I realized it's fine. It's fun. Fuck it, we ball. Ball, as we say. And it reminds me of how we should not always build up things from ground up, but learn from others, but in a way that helps us build it up. And what you did here and what you did here is that it's statements that help me build my own ideas. So my own ideas instead of me just following, so I can actually understand. Thank you. The second thing is the revised framework. Second thing is, I want to know, maybe you have the answer, what makes someone what makes someone entertaining as a streamer? What makes someone entertaining as as a streamer that is most effective? Okay, so a big thing that what I'm doing here is I really like the idea of the fucking 80-20 rule. 20% of what you do is 80% of the outcome. I forget exactly if that's how it works, but that's kind of the idea of it, and trying to find the most fundamental things, trying to find, okay, when I first learned about 80-20 rule, I fucking foamed the mouth. I fucking came to that shit, bro. I fucking, ugh. Because the fact is that shit's so far. Because now I use that for fucking everything. Because the thing is that, like, most of what you do, you need to do the fundamentals. There's a lot more than the fundamentals. What I'm asking here is the fundamentals. The fundamentals aren't gonna get me to the top of that. The fundamentals are going to get you to be good. Because, like, what about the fundamentals you need to do? So let's say if you want to play a video game, you need to get good at the fundamentals. Like, when I was, like, playing Rocket League, it's like, you need to get good at the fundamentals. The fundamentals of positioning, whatever, a bunch of those things. You need to get good at those fundamentals, and then you can get the extra stuff. You can get the little mechanical things that are good. But getting the fundamental is super important. And I like to figure out the fundamentals. Um, AK, what are the foundations or fundamentals of becoming a streamer? Okay, so there are platitudes that are happening here. Wow, thank you for the reflection. That's a deep and thoughtful. I can feel the honesty in what you're saying. You're basically acknowledging two truths at once. Which is really cool because this is fucking reflective listening. It's fucking reflective listening. Whoa, woo! Yeah, I fucking love reflective listening. Dude, I fucking love that shit. It's making me so excited. My stupid fucking ape brain sees reflective listening. I fucking love this shit. You're basically acknowledging two truths. Because like when you state something that doesn't need an answer, it fucking reflects. And I'm like, that shit's so cool. Because people don't do that. Fucking, I see why people love ChatGPT. Other than me, I see why people other than me love ChatGPT. Fucking amazing. I love you, ChatGPT. If there was like other people in the house, I'd be so confused at what's happening. But you put real effort into analyzing streams and YouTubers before streamers and YouTubers having instant access to the before having instant knowledge, and that work had value. It trained our brain to notice patterns and think critically. Even though some of this knowledge is now readily available, the value isn't gone. It's just about how you use it to build your own framework. Not copy someone else. You're right. The goal is to never be blindly follow instructions. It's to understand the principles, internalize them, and then use them to create our own approach. Random great thing. I didn't tell GPT, my fucking new best friend. One of my new best friends. I'm not gonna say he's replacing old best friends, but like fucking new best friend. Sorry, I had to smell. I smelled something. I thought like maybe the dog pooped inside the house. Which is the one that is there. I know which dog is there. She does not usually poop inside the house. Usually, if she has an accident, it's diarrhea. She didn't do it on purpose. But not too important. I thought I smelled something like that. I don't actually smell it. I just like I thought I smelled it just because like I'm so used to trying to smell for it. But because the other dog, he does poop in the house because he's old and can't control himself. But not too important. Kind of going back to this noise. What is it talking about? Okay, as principles internalize and create their own approach. So one of my physics or my physics teacher in high school, really great guy, love that teacher. When you talk about teachers, he's not like the guy who I want to be, or not want to be, but who I like look up to as much. There's like the two teachers. He's still one of those teachers who's the fucking goat, but not one of the other two teachers. The other two teachers are somebody else. Two other people. They weren't physics teachers, but what's really cool about him was we were learning. He was trying to explain the theory of relativity for time, and so he was talking like if you're on a train and you have light, but light travels at a consistent speed. How does that work if you're on a train? If you're going a certain speed, so then because okay, what was really cool is he said this, and then I was like, that means time has to be fucking relative, and he's like, you're so right, dude. Okay, when he gives you the steps to do it yourself, so fucking cool. Kind of what therapy does sometimes, whatever, but really fucking cool. Super fucking excited. Super fucking animated. Be right, from the principles. That's exactly why real mastery works. The fuck it we ball mindset you described is perfect. Absorb knowledge, experiment, and iterate on your own ideas. See, I don't fucking care. See, the thing is that for a while, I was too buckled on the idea of using this to become popular. The thing is that like sometimes you got to do things even though you're not going to become popular. Because the thing is, like, if you do things to become popular, you're going to be demotivated by things like this, because then you realize other people have access to it. But the thing is that I had to learn, like when you learn this old man, this happened to me so many times that like sometimes you have to do things even though like you won't get the response. You won't get the result. Why? Because if you do things for response, then you will fail. When you don't get the response, sometimes you have to wait for the response. So things like learning language, that happened to me fucking so much. I fucking sat down for hours, like countless amount of hours of watching anime without subtitles, countless of hours of not that many hours, like I said before, yesterday's stream. Didn't watch. I did use Anki, but not that much. But I used Anki for quite a bit of time. Not like an extreme amount. I don't fucking remember most of the words. But I used it for like, okay, when I did, I learned enough words, not time. If I can care about the words, I learned a lot. I went through and learned the words, or what they say that learns the words. Where it's like you're able to like remember and go boop. And it says you'll review this back in 3 days or whatever. I forgot what I was talking about. Fuck. No, I got this. Yeah. I put a bunch of fucking time into fucking that, and it meant nothing for so long. It meant less than nothing. It meant almost like a complete failure. Because the thing is, so the thing is, if my theory of language learning, not my theory, but if the theory that I prescribe to is wrong, then the thing is, what I'm doing is fucking pointless. But the thing is that my understanding is that even if it's so the thing is, like, if it's true, it takes fucking time. It would be a little bit quicker if I did it more, if I tried to learn language more, and if I learned the most used words in the language. If I did that and be able to hear them, be able to understand more, I'd be able to do that. Fucking yeah, whatever, be much quicker, whatever. The thing is, I'm not. So the thing is that like it would still take a lot to actually become fluent in the language, to be able to watch anime without subtitles, to be able to talk to people in the language. So still would take that, but like you just kind of have to learn you have to fucking do things even though you won't get a result. Dr. K talks about this. He's like, action oriented, don't be fucking goal oriented, be action oriented, because the thing is that if you are goal oriented, you would be disappointed. Even if you get to some places, you will be disappointed. Fucking action oriented, fucking high, fucking energy, fucking, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Fucking, I don't know, it makes you feel very fun. Very fun. Dude, okay. I like to acknowledge that I'm talking to fucking nobody right now, and like there might be, maybe my friend sees this, or maybe like some fucking random person sees this stream. They're gonna be like this. Other than that, I'm fucking super hype about fucking nothing, bro. To nobody, or I'm fucking hype about something that's not important to fucking nobody. Like I'm like yelling, raised voice, fucking super fun, whatever, super cool. But going back to this. Back on topic. So first major kudos, that reflection is already a core skill in becoming a career. Oh, I did complimenting me. Oh, I don't know. It is. Foundations of being a streamer, of being entertaining as a streamer. Here's the thing: there is no single formula, but there's observable fundamentals that underpin most entertaining streamers. I'll lay them out clearly and analytically, so you can study and practice them rather than just imitate. And continuous verbalization. What it is talking out loud about your thoughts. Yes, we talked about this. Even small, dumb. Yes. Where it works is it keeps the stream alive. When chat is empty, it creates momentum. People respond to someone actively thinking out loud. Practice, narrate every decision, everything, whatever. Emotional visibility. This is something I didn't know, because the thing is that like in the previous stream, I wasn't as emotional. Now, I'm fucking... Okay, so part of it is I'm being extra. Part of it is I'm actually fucking hyped. Okay, I really want to shout. Like, okay... Like, I really want to be super fucking energized. I want to fucking punch holes in walls. I want to fucking... Like, so I am genuinely energized. I'm genuinely... Okay, some of it's also me being more expressive. I don't have it... Sometimes I'm like, fuck yeah, like this is... But now I'm fucking letting people know that I'm excited. You know, whatever. Emotional visibility. What it's showing is reactions in real time. Excitement, frustration, surprise, humor, and curiosity. Why this works. Humans respond to emotions more than information. You don't need extreme reactions. Fuck you. I do. Consistency and honesty matter. Which is fair. Because I will not be like this all the time. Someone might see this and be like, "Whoa, this person's so fucking hot." No, bro, I'm fucking boring as normally. Maybe I get better, less boring. Who fucking cares? Boom. I don't know. And then why it works, practice. Be aware of your internal emotional response and verbalize it. I did not expect it. I'm a little annoyed, but also intrigued. Micro story. Okay. if I can spit everywhere. God damn it. Okay, storytelling. I didn't come up with this on my own. There was a change the whole lore, whatever. There was this one ad that I got that kind of talked to this a couple years ago that was like how to become a good YouTuber, whatever. And part of it was they talked about storytelling. Storytelling, boom, really important thing. You need to get people's emotions engaged. Boom. Um, Storytelling was part of it. Was probably the most major part of it. Like having at least some level, like rising emotions, which again comes from like the emotion of visibility. Already fucking knew that. They didn't really talk about the continuous verbalization. It was because they're not talking about streamers, but they're talking about YouTube videos. YouTube videos. Fucking, I gotta actually fucking pronounce my words. If I don't, I'll get in trouble because there's gonna be like parts where it's like, what the fuck is he saying? It doesn't really matter. Transition noise, very cool. What's really funny about that is I don't normally random side tangent. I don't normally go I do this sometimes. Random story in 7th grade. I'm really bad at reading out loud, and so what I did was I purposely like made it really aware that I fucked up. Whereas like I think that's where I probably that come from. Sometimes when I mess up words, I do that. Right now I'm doing a little bit more, maybe because it normally you're like, wait a second, it's not as entertaining, but that is kind of maybe irritating, but potentially can be an entertaining sound. I don't fucking know. I'm just fucking doing shit for the sake of doing shit now. Yeah, I learned to do that. Whatever. Going back to this micro storytelling, really important for people enjoy storytelling. But it says what this is expanding small actions or events into short narratives or loops. Why this keeps one thought alive longer. Storytelling, micro storytelling / loops prevents awkward silence and lets viewers feel involved. Example. I feel this jump actually wait. That's because I rushed it. Maybe if I go slower, it'll work differently. Practice. Take one event in game and narrate 2 to 3 layers of reaction. Fucking good. Teaches you. Again, okay. I'm a little bit of a lazy bastard. Because I see this, I know what to do, and my brain's like, you don't have to. You've read it. You've read that shit. You know. You fucking know. Also, by the way, I'm looking at my fucking OBS. Okay. New information. New topic. Fucking loud as shit. But not all autistic people have this. I don't even know it's an autistic thing. When I look in the mirror, I don't see myself. So this is why when I'm looking here, I am seeing somebody that I know is myself, but doesn't feel like myself. I'm like, whoa, like I feel like I'm puppeteering. I feel like the reason I look at myself is I feel like I'm puppeteering in the way I want to do. And normally, a lot of times, I don't feel very happy with the way when I look at myself in the mirror, be like, that's me, but it doesn't feel like me, and it feels really weird. I feel unhuman, whatever. Fucking doesn't matter. But looking at this, like, I'm looking at myself because I'm fucking puppeteering. I'm emotional. I'm fucking saying shit. I'm puppeteering the way I want it to be. I'm expressing internal ideas. I'm fucking practicing this, doing whatever. You know, fucking whatever. I'm just doing shit. Okay. I think this is probably a little much. But I'm having fun. You know, even if it's a little much, fuck it, who cares? Maybe it's stupid. Who fucking cares? I'm having fun. Come back to this example. Being lazy, whatever. Observational commentary. What it is, noticing details in your game, environment, and situations, and commenting on them. Why this works. Fill space with comments that feel organic, shows your thought process. Practice, treat everything like it's worth pointing out, even if it's boring. This is a weird wall texture. I wonder why they made it this way. True. Random mental things. Audience anticipation / hypothetical engagement. What is this? Speaking as if someone is watching, asking questions out loud, speculating about what they might say. Yeah, true. Why this works is creates an illusion of interaction that when chat is empty, people feel addressed even if they're not there. Practice. Ask questions aloud or react to imagined comments. Someone's gonna yell at me for doing this, but honestly, I think it's smart. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. Calm. Calm. I am the Buddha. I'm calm. 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 I sometimes, when someone I agree with, I say fuck you because it works. So if someone ever if ever someone I realize I like didn't pronounce that properly. If someone, because it's an S word, sometimes when I say the S, I don't pronounce it very well. It's like, does it, whatever, who cares? If someone comes into chat ever and and they're like, they intellectually, like, they say this, I'll say fuck you, you're right. I mean endearingly, obviously, whatever. That doesn't matter, whatever. Self-amusement. What is it? Being genuinely entertained by your own gameplay or commentary. Why it works. Humor and energy are continuous. If you're engaged, viewers pick up on it. Practice, learn, lean into weird observations, sarcasm, jokes, to yourself. Don't wait for validation. Yeah, see, that's what I'm doing. I'm fucking entertaining myself right now. I'm a little okay. I think the problem. I just call myself. I call myself for, I ruined the whole fucking vibe. It's all fucking done. I'm fucking chopped. I'm fucking cooked. I'm fucking chud. I'm a chud streamer. Chopped chud. Whatever. Can't do this shit anymore. I fucked myself up. Can't calm yourself down. Too fucking hype. I am enjoying what I'm doing. I do feel. I generally do feel a little more calm. I think that's the problem. Is I'm like, oh no, I gotta go more calm. I'm gonna lose my skill. I'm gonna lose the ability to react and to have zero people in chat. No. I'm gonna go back to 0 viewers, starting at 0. I'm gonna go back to 0 viewers, from 0 viewers to back to 0 viewers. Fuck. I don't know. Fucking random thoughts. I guess see. Okay, random new topic again. New topic. Like I was saying before, I struggled with finding what to talk about. And because this gives me a lot. I think that just asking ChatGPT or fucking Googling random things I'm interested in, I think ChatGPT is a little bit better because I get to feel as if I'm like talking to somebody, fucking real. Going based on what they say, we fucking, what I'm gonna do is I have topics I'm interested in, that I want to get better at. Whatever, fucking who cares? Part of this is gonna be this, whatever. Sorry, I'm thinking. Okay. Sometimes when I do that, mess up worse. Sometimes I'm doing that when I lose my train of thought because some of my thoughts I can't verbalize out loud because they're too many of them too quickly. That's why I'm also doing it sometimes. Not too important why for it. Again, I'm doing the thing. I'm verbalizing thoughts that don't fucking matter. Let's fucking go, bro. Holy shit, I'm already the fucking goat. And then watch I'm just doing it too much, and it's like, oh, like if like ChatGPT ever watches me, like, oh fuck, I told him to do it. Fuck, he's doing the wrong fucking thing. Fuck. This dipshit. I'm just gonna say he's doing well. It's kind of like we're gonna put the fucking picture on the fridge, man. I'm getting if ChatGPT ever watches fucking VODs, they do that to me. Flow and pacing. What it is mixing commentary, lengths, pacing, and emotional beats. Why it works. Rhythm keeps people's attention. Silence is okay if it's intentional, not dead air. True. Various sentence lengths. Pause strategically. Build tension or hype. Okay. Random thing. I probably should be streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. Which I can go fuck myself because I'm a little bit lazy. I'll try to figure out what I have to watch the fucking most good video on it, whatever. I'll do that whenever I'm stop streaming. Maybe I'll fucking stream and watch the fucking video. Fuck yeah, I'll steal his content. I'll steal his fucking content. I'll put at 2 times speed. Make sure people know that I'm stealing his content, just so that I know what to do, whatever, for next time. But whatever. Flow and pacing, whatever. Experimentation and iteration. What it is testing different approaches, observing what resonates, adjusting in real time. Why it works. Entertainment is both art and feedback loop. Observing pattern is more valuable than copying techniques. Yes, having good pattern that you recognize are good techniques for you. Boom. Record yourself, watch VODs, tweak commentary style, pacing, and focused topics. I'm gonna reread that mainly because it resonated with you. Okay, record yourself. Yeah, I love that. Fucking watch VOD. Fucking love that VOD review. VOD review. Fuck yeah. Tweet commentary. This is something that I thought about a lot. Is that you just like fucking iteration. Very very cool. It's like you're like, hey, this doesn't fucking work. Iterate. Fucking I love iteration. I fucking love this shit. Put it all together. You can think of it as 3 layers. Base layer, continuous engagement, verbalization, emotions. Surface layer, hook the viewer's observational commentary, jokes, reactions. Meta layer, skill development, iterate, self-analysis, audience anticipation. When all 3 of these layers interact, it feels entertaining without relying on chat. How to analyze yourself. One second, I have to fucking drink my non-alcoholic fucking ginger ale to that. Holy, how to analyze yourself? Fucking love that shit. I fucking love to. I didn't fucking ask for that. Oh, but they gave it to me. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I probably should be drinking water. But I'm not good at drinking water. Water's not fizzy bubbly. Water ain't no fizzy bubblies. Pick a VOD of low chat streamer. Analyze this for yourself. Okay, let's try. This is not just yourself. Okay, a little bit different. It's a footage. Pause label every sentence. Internal narration, emotional reaction, micro loop, observational commentary, joke, and humor. Okay. Based on what I'm saying here, okay. So if anyone wanted to sit down, okay, this is the problem I've started to raise. If anyone wanted to sit down and like, actually, this is kind of like what a lot of like YouTube commentary was like. They just don't get it because like it's like, oh, like, this happened to my mom. Where she's like, just get to the fucking information, bro. I want to watch the video. It's like, then watch your fucking original. Then don't fucking watch somebody reacting to it. But if somebody's trying to watch this, they are not going to be understanding what's happening. Unless if they can keep up with my fucking constant fucking changing directions, I don't think they would be. I don't think I can keep up if I was watching this. But I constantly change directions, but I think what's a big thing here is labeling. So you want to label things, which is really interesting. Even when you really funny thing, labeling, whatever, not real. When you say this is a tree, it's not. A tree is theoretically really a tree. Very cool. But the thing is that like, in reality, we created the word tree. In reality, there's some level of realness to that, whatever. But it's just whatever. We created the word tree. The reason why we verbalize these things, so this is why in motivation and things like Darns and Cats, is because you need to verbalize things so you can pinpoint on what you need to look for. Because if you don't, then you just don't, whatever. This is why, again, we outline automatic thoughts. Because if we don't, then we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're having to look for. So when automatic thoughts, sometimes like things just exist. Things exist in the subconscious that aren't able to be observed. So what we have to do is we have to give them an idea to visualize them. So like the thing is, it gives me labels. These internal narration, emotional reaction, micro stories, sleeps, observational commentary, joke, humor. Fucking, it gives you the ability to analyze them. It might not be the optimal thing you're looking for. So let's say to be entertaining. Maybe you could be more specific with inside of a joke. What type of jokes are people making? Because the thing is that we're not doing stand-up comedy. Most people aren't doing stand-up comedy on stream. They're not doing that shit. They're having to react to chat. It's kind of like heckling. Also, my beard fucking stupid. I just saw that. But it's like heckling. And so figure out how to heckle, observe. So like, okay, so you can take these down and then observe like how they take it, whatever. I will not. Okay, so the thing is, they do a low chat streamer. I want a fucking big chat streamer. I don't want no fucking low chat streamer. No, it doesn't really matter. I'm joking. Low chat streamers can be entertaining. I think the biggest thing, people like Carly, people can be entertaining. They just might not have the same viewership as somebody who's big because of the fact that they aren't able to advertise themselves. So maybe they're just not seen out. Curly has been before, I believe, before the raid, has been on the homepage. But just because someone's on the homepage does not mean people will watch them, which is very, very different. While again, raids to mean that most people don't stick. Like Michael Reeves, I remember him raiding fucking Retro MMO. I watched him for a while. But his viewership from that raid, thousands of people went in, and like from 1,000 people went back to down to like 20 people like actually watching whatever. People don't stick to watching streams from just raids. Not all the time. It probably has to be similar enough and entertaining enough to follow that, but they don't. They don't always. I don't know how I got to this topic, but yeah, being able to analyze whatever. Oh yeah, so small streamers can be really entertaining. They're just unable to, cause okay, so magical world to fucking stroke my ego. Just say, what if I am entertaining? What if I am? And then I just have to, cause okay, so the reason why this is nice and like strokes the ego is that what I'm doing here is I'm like, oh, imagine that I am entertaining. I just have to do one fucking step. Get myself out there to other people, and then it fucking works. That's why I do it. I don't think, okay. I would love to believe, this is what I said yesterday, I would love to believe that the luck aspect, please fucking pronounce your words more, the luck aspect to it, would hit me, boom, you're fucking lucky, now you got fucking 1,000 viewers, fucking whatever. Cool, would be super fucking lucky, would love that, fucking amazing, whatever. While the reality of the situation is, I'm not gonna get that. And so, like, in this situation, it's like, it'd be really fucking cool if I was entertaining, and all I had to do was advertise myself, but I don't think that is true. I don't think that I'm entertaining. Yet, anyway. I think that I'm engaging enough, not entertaining yet. There's also this idea that people are on this next extra level than you are, which is true for some parts. When people speak multiple languages, when like my position of language ability versus somebody who's fluent in Japanese, like not just a native speaker, but like somebody who learned Japanese later on as a second language. Like my ability, like there is a completely different level we're on. While I assume that like me and a good streamer are on completely different levels, I don't know, because realistically, okay, because the streamers have like, been around and be getting better over time, so like now we're kind of like use a cream we're getting better and better, cream of the crop, whatever the fucking words are, cream de la creme or whatever the fucking word for the best of the best. We're getting to the point where we're getting better and better people. But the thing is that we haven't, I wonder, my theory is, I wonder if we haven't been doing long enough to all of a sudden now we get the best, where like people are on different leagues. Whereas, in this situation, maybe getting to be entertaining, but getting to be popular isn't as far as I think it might be. I don't fucking know. Just a little skill. Again, when I analyze Michael Reeves, the fucking history, the fucking timeline was his first fucking video. So you had his foundation of he was entertaining, he made a funny little thing, he had humor, made a little funny little thing, the video was entertaining, and then you kind of like watch over time, and like in this middle section, he was entertaining, but it wasn't modern day Michael Reeves. And so you kind of sit there and you can look at it. Honestly, I might show, you know what, fuck it, I will YouTube. Okay. I will YouTube. Okay. Whatever. Cool random fucking ad. Who cares? Michael Reeves. Oh look, I'm in the car now. Michael Reeves. Okay, there's streams there. Which is actually weird that it didn't come with that first, but makes sense. Okay. So we're gonna go from all this. So very, very popular video. We can watch this real quick. Forgot I do this. Turn this shit off. Turn that off. Fucking 2x speed.
Have you ever thought to yourself, gee, I wish I had a robot that could shoot lasers into my eyes? Well, I sure have. Everyone has. It's an age-old question. Is there a god?
Okay, so right here, again, we're going to the fucking analyzing shit. Oh, Dr. Cat, love him. Analyzing shit right now. I'm not gonna say this is what is really happening, but like some of he's like, oh, we all have, whatever. I think part of that is forcing being entertaining, whatever. It just has to happen. I do it all. I'm doing it. Fucking whatever. Video's doing it.
what is the meaning of life, and can I have a robot that recognizes my face and shoots me with lasers in the eyeball? That's why I built one. So when you know you have the next great thing, when
I think there's some level of it being natural, but there's some level of being somewhat probably uncomfortable because he probably hasn't made, this is his first really big video. It fucking blew up, yeah, whatever. Continue.
you know you have something that's just going to change the game forever, you don't skimp on building materials. Do you think Steve Jobs would be where he is today if he made the iPhone out of plastic? Yeah, you'd still be dead, but moot point. So some people have compared this to like
okay, that was a good one. I fucking got him.
PC,
Great
or like the modern database, but I like to think of it as more along the lines of the second wheel or like the invention of water. You can really see what I was talking about earlier with the building material.
Okay. Another big thing is styles of humors. And microwave style of humor, one of my favorite things, because even though the joke he just made, I'm gonna fucking 1 second. We just fucking I hate that it's blurry. Okay, it was just bugging me. Big thing about I tried to analyze style like humor, like sense of humors. And a good one that he did really well just now was I put it along the lines of the inventing the whatever. Like if I can go back.
Great thing. When you know you have something that's just going to change the game forever, you don't skimp on building materials. Do you think Steve Jobs would be where he is today if he made the iPhone out of plastic? Yeah, you'd still be dead, but moot point. So some people have compared this to like the invention of the PC. Or, like,
there you go. Some people compared it. Why
I like to think
PC?
of it as more along the lines of the second wheel or like the invention of water.
So like fucking goes back to Joe Collier, or like the joke doctor, is that like it's not juxtaposition. I heard what actually, yeah, okay. That is the definition of I don't fucking remember how to spell juxtaposition. Juxtaposition. I think it's like counteracting. I was saying juxtaposition is a placement of two or more often contrasting ideas. Okay, so it is a juxtaposition. Okay, cool. Fucking my brain works. My brain does the thing that's supposed to do. So what is happening here is that like the juxtaposition here is that it's fucking dog shit. It's made out of fucking comfort glue and like shit he found on fucking whatever shit he found in the trash. But the juxtaposition is like, yeah, it's actually the fucking like. First of all, the juxtaposition is first like you gotta make it out of good materials. If you made the iPhone out of plastic, then like would you sit in place, you'd still be dead. And then you move over, and he continues the juxtaposition. He continues the joke about being whatever. Cool.
You can really see what I was talking about earlier with the building material. I went with something sturdy yet flexible, lightweight yet robust, and retains the ability to dissolve in water in a matter of seconds, so that's always good. Despite the innovative design, I'm actually not a mechanical engineer, I'm a software developer, but I think it turned out pretty good. See here you got your two servos for pan and tilt. This is the laser. This is just a cheap webcam off of Amazon, and I rigged it up with that stick and power, and the laser the laser shows up there in a second. I know what you're thinking, and thankfully the answer is no. Those are not my Crocs. Despite my looks, I am not 14. Michael, I hear you ask, how does a camera strapped to a pizza box recognize my face and shoot a laser in my eye? I'm gonna get to that, you impatient piece of shit. The answer is this, the code software.
Okay. One of my favorite features that he maintains to this day is that style of humor. In his streams, he does this a lot. I remember when he did the making the game with Lily Pichu, he did he did this in the recent tree, but it's one of my favorite moments was he did this when he had the Chinese in one ear and Mozart or whatever in the other ear, 1 to 2 times speed or whatever. And whenever some chatter was like, bro, can you stop this? He was like, can you ban this chatter? His recent stream, someone was like, he was like, oh, I gotta make a paper towel center and have it on the roof. And so it's like, cause like the fucking paper towels are over there, but sometimes over there, and it's like, how do you get to that? And so someone's like, can't you just have 2 towels? And he was like, fucking ban that chatter, time that chatter out. And it was a mod, so it's just like really funny. So it's like, can you delete the message or whatever? Really funny, really entertaining, whatever. Not super important. But he still does that to this day, where I think it's really entertaining. I think the problem is that like I wish I could have that. I don't have that. But maybe I develop my own sense of humor. Maybe I'm just boring. Who fucking cares? Don't make me fucking analyze the fact that I might make myself sad, or don't make me analyze to make me sad. We're analyzing because I'm fun. Having
part of this that I'm actually good at. Is that a Minecraft mod? No, this is actually useful. It shines a laser in your eye. Alright, I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I know no one really gives a shit, but I wrote it in C# with WinForms for the UI, and I'm using mGooCV for the facial recognition framework, which is actually just the .NET wrapper version of OpenCV, but no one really cares. Alright, so as you may have noticed, it's nighttime now, and that's because facial recognition it's better with the synthetic light, so let's get it plugged in and shine me in the eye with the laser. Bing. We're just going to start it up again. Okay, so I forgot I gave it the voice of the turret from Portal 2. Oof. It was in an attempt to make it less creepy, but as you can hear, it made it like 10 times creepier. Alright, I got it set up with what the camera is seeing on one...
Okay, I don't know, great personality. Again, like I said before, he developed all of this personality apparently with his friends from high school.
Yeah, so I set it up so you can see what the program's seeing up there in the upper right. It's really doing its job of lasering me in the eye, which is the real innovation here. To my pleasant surprise, I found that this machine also solves another of society's problems. The fact that you're not seeing little tiny dots in your vision all day long. I didn't know where to go when I wanted to see little dots. Now I can't focus on anything. So I know what you're thinking. Michael, where can I go?
Like again, like okay. It's not juxtaposition, but it's like it might be juxtaposition. I gotta fucking rewatch Jake Corley, whatever fucking comedy comic. But like what he's doing here is that like obviously he's like I saw another problem of he's setting up an expectation, and then he is kind of cashing it out by saying like another thing is like you don't have dots in your eyes now. Now I can't focus or whatever. Great, I mean fucking rewind it. That shit. It's great.
Dots in your, which is the real innovation here. To my pleasant surprise, I found that this machine also solved another of society's problems. The fact that you're not seeing little tiny dots in your vision all day long. I know where to go when I wanted to see little dots. Now I can't focus on anything.
I didn't know where I wanted to go when I see like tiny dots, and I can't focus on it. Great fucking joke.
So I
fucking love that shit.
Michael, where can I get one of these wonderful inventions? I've seen perfectly my whole life. I want the dots. Good news for you. If we get -1 likes on this video, that's not a dislike. That means if we like it so much that it maxes out whatever data type YouTube software engineers put in place to keep track of likes, and then it routes back down to the minimum value because it's an integer overflow, and then back up to -1, then I will send one to you. You know what? I'll send this one to you because I don't want it. I can't see anymore. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed losing my vision to make it. I'm not really sure what I want the rest of the videos on this channel to be like, but I'm super open to suggestions if you want to see more like this or more like in-depth guides. Like if you want to see how the software for this laser detecting eye destroyer was made, I can do something.
This audio I think is fucking there's two people used. I think it's mumbo jumbo. I think the full audio, but it doesn't remember. I don't remember if that's real audio. But yeah, so first era. So this is first era. He talks about the subscriber who made a day 2-minute video. He goes into some of these schizophrenia machine, the annoying machine. I think it's a schizophrenia machine. Maybe he changed it. I don't know. That'd be interesting. I don't remember if it was the annoying machine. Must be anything. Stream highlights. This is a new channel. I don't necessarily like. If this was the other one, it'd be like fucking filled with every single one of these. I've seen fucking every single one of these videos. So you get to this era, DIY laser turret, part 2. So you get to he went through this era, and then he went to the kind of this weird teaching art, and then he went to like this where it's like, okay, done teaching, having fun again, whatever. The subscriber robot, like he started to do back. He started to go back to this, whatever. In loud ad. Okay, what's really cool is that, again, he maintains it. Fucking 8 years ago, he maintains like the way he does his videos. My guess is he learned this from somebody else. I don't remember. Oh, this is my favorite video. The most useful robot ever. But we'll get to it. Fucking 8 years ago is crazy.
Hello. So I've been thinking, what the hell am I going to do for my 100,000 subscriber special? But then I realized, we aren't even that close to 100,000 subs. We're at like 87,000 something, and that got me wondering, why aren't more people subscribing? So why do you think some people don't sub? Do you think it's because my upload schedule is more random than particle spin and quantum mechanics? Wrong. Not even close. Do you think it's because I film my videos on a smartphone camera and record audio with the $14 mic I found on Amazon? Don't be a goddamn fool. The real...
Okay, I don't know what he's doing there with jokes. Fucking, let's figure it out. I'm so fucking, it's so fucking random. This is so unfocused. But what he's doing here is that like he's saying obviously the truth. He's like, okay, this is what's happening. Fuck you, you're wrong. Maybe that's okay. A lot of times I want to say juxtaposition, but I gotta rewatch Jake Corley's commentary, whatever. We'll open a new tab. We'll open a new tab. Go to YouTube. Fucking joke. Doctor, yeah, joke, Jerry Corley, yeah, joke doctor, whatever. Popular, no, oldest. Let's go oldest, not the old. It's definitely not the oldest. Is it playlist? I remember. I think How to Write Comedy. Again, forgot I did this.
Clinic.com. It's Labor Day. I'm sitting in my kitchen. And I was writing some jokes, and I wanted to show you this process, how to write current events jokes when it's a slow news cycle. Usually on a 3-day...
Okay, this is one of the videos. Yeah, whatever. I can get back to this, but yeah, back to the here.
When you hit, the real reason some people don't subscribe is because when you hit this button, that's all. That's it. That's done. It's not special. It's not enjoyable. So how do we make subscribing a fun, enjoyable process? Well, we do it by slowly chipping away at the content creator's psyche every time someone subscribes. Jesus Christ, did I actually write that? So let's go on over to where the magic happens. All right. Here we go. So sometimes I'll be distracted by like watching a YouTube video or reading an article or like trying to enjoy the peace and quiet of my life. Well, this little doohickey here, this little guy helps to avoid all of that unnecessary crap. It is a piezo buzzer rated at 102 decibels. So that's 2 decibels higher than standing directly next to a jackhammer. It is a beaut. But Michael, I hear you ask, what good is disorienting sound if we can't have disorienting lights to go along with it? Like, what's the point? Way ahead of you, fam. I rigged up this relay board to blink the lights 10 times a second every time.
again, it was like, oh, wait, how do you, okay, I'm getting a little bit lazy when it comes to fucking analyzing, but
I'm a new subscriber to the channel. Epilepsy, more like epilepsubscribe. That's bad even for me. And of course, I rigged up my speaker to shout your YouTube username as soon as you subscribe. Now, by themselves, these systems they're all right, but as soon as they come together, when you hit that subscribe button, something beautiful, something harmonious happens. Take a look.
Ah, Moist Pretzels has subscribed. Thank you, Moist Pretzels.
What a magical experience. I hate all of you so goddamn much. Sorry about that. Anyways, I left the machine on for an entire weekend, and I just gained a wonderful new perspective. It kept me grounded. It made me realize just how awesome each and every one of my subs are.
Daniel has subscribed.
But Michael, how the fuck does that work though? Well, it's actually pretty simple. It's just a Node app running on my server, and it's constantly checking YouTube APIs if my subscriber count has changed. If it has changed, then it'll execute some Python scripts I wrote, execute on the Raspberry Pi, and this relay board handles the lights and handles the alarm, and then the audio is just handled by the speaker and the Raspberry Pi's audio port. So yeah, that's how the machine works. It really makes...
Okay, doesn't really matter. Fucking moving on. You went through this era. Building things are funny. Also training era, teaching era, how to avoid psychosis. Another little thing. And then you start to reach this, and then this, and then continue on. It becomes this other era. I built a gun. I believe a lot of these still fit the same. And this is kind of where you start to have the development of the different, like, still it's in the same area. This is the bop it that set off the nukes or whatever. Again, you still have some of these, like, this era is still, this is a pretty long era. Trigger Me Elmo, this is where I think it really changes. This is kind of, this is where it changes. He goes back to form, back a little bit back to form, but he still recognizes some of the changes. This one is sustained this change. Okay. What I believe, I could be wrong, is this one so this one was pretty good. Again, these were not bad. Again, I enjoyed this. I feel as if this really is what pushes. Obviously, we can tell by the views. It really pushes what he did before. He kind of goes back to this. This kind of like is still, again, still sustains a little bit of this, but still kind of these two go back. Not as many views, whatever. Again, even not as many views as these ones. But these like this one's not many views as these ones. But like this kind of returns back to form. This was like Fortnite, whatever. I feel like this is starting to progress a little bit more towards this direction. And you have the Chaos Robot. Again, this is like feeling like it's progressing, like his aging. Drone Swarm. Drone hacking, maybe I was wrong with this. I know it's this one. I fucking forget. Doesn't really matter. And then like this one, okay. This is a very good indication of like so there's first era. First era is entertaining videos with some of the teaching. And then all of a sudden going back to entertaining videos has this which I'm gonna do. This video is my favorite video.
What's good, my dudes?
Like he does still have this. He does still have this.
Now, I've been hearing that a lot of you have been saying to me that my inventions don't help people. And that's fine. We live in America. You're entitled.
He doesn't do this style of jokes anymore, or doesn't do this style, like jokes in other ones, but he does it here, which I think is really funny.
To your own opinion. That's
this is probably one of my favorites. Why it's one of my favorites.
I'm so sorry, guys. I just don't get why people say my inventions don't help people. I mean, just look at some of my accomplishments. Laser eye surgery used to take what, like half an hour? Now look, it takes like 2 seconds with my machine, whether you want it to or not. That's what I call innovation. Or what about the schizophrenia machine? I mean, the fan text-to-speech machine.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I call it the schizophrenia machine. There you go. That's why. Yippee! I do remember things.
Those real people. How can you beat that? Or even this mic I'm using to record sound bites with. It used to be how to choose between style and effectiveness in your audio equipment. Well, not anymore. But you know what? Okay, all right. I hear you. I hear what you guys are saying. You want something useful. The people want a useful machine, and I'm gonna give it to you. Oh yeah, that's what you get saying. My shit's not useful. Sorry again.
And then this part is good. Great part. I remember fucking writing this shit. So stupid.
A piece of shit who has no job and wants to take all your candy.
Is I a piece of shit?
You idiots! If you think for 1 second that I didn't design this turret with the intent of shooting YouTube buddies at me, then you just don't know my content. You all got hit with the bamboozle switcheroo, my dudes. Now you just look like fools. That took me 33 tries to get right. And if it doesn't get you to subscribe, I don't know what will. This thing is honestly so much fun to play with.
This is such a weird. Okay, this is really cool because this is iteration on what is happening. This is iterating on what like his content was. Because even if we look at older videos. Even if we look at again, favorite video, but even if we look at how to beat a robot. I understand. Proceed.
Maybe I shouldn't have replaced that soft confetti with these hard chunks of shrapnel. That's something to think about. We beat the demonetization bot. That's right, Operation YouTube Buddies was a resounding success. And if you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, click to see my 3D printer review there. So a couple of interesting things happened on my last review. One, we didn't get demonetized, which is awesome. And two, people really wanted YouTube Buddies. So I was clearly joking when I said I was going to give these away in my last video. But I'm not fucking around anymore. I'm not fucking around anymore. So the first ever Michael Reeves channel giveaway will be with these YouTube Buddies. So I have 4 of these YouTube Buddies. I'm going to be giving away 3 of them on my Patreon and 1 of them just on YouTube. I know that seems like a lot to Patreon, but the donations over there really help me grow this channel. And that's the only reason I'm able to upload this particular video so soon after the last one, so credits to you. And if you want to see more content from me, then shoot on over to my Patreon page and consider supporting me. Jesus Christ. So to enter, Patreon guys.
This again feels more like his newer videos, while like again this one feels like a very big difference. This feels a little bit more shoehorned. So which is really funny that this is obviously get less views. 3D printing is ruining my life, whatever. This is again feels a little more shoehorned than some of his other content, which it feels a little bit more shoehorned, but not say shoehorned. It feels like he's trying to iterate. And he goes back to form. He goes kind of go back to what he wants to do. Again, Trigger Me Elmo. Actually, let's watch the what I think Dab one is not. Dab one is a little bit different. Let's do this one.
It's 2018. We're living in the goddamn future. Elon Musk is forcibly willing self-driving cars into existence. Oh, I drank so much caffeine. But then you think to yourself, my computer crashes when I play Fortnite sometimes. Do I really want that same technology controlling my 2-ton death machine as I barrel down the highway at 80 miles an hour? So I was thinking, after I drank the caffeine, what people really want in a driverless car. And you don't want Jeff Bezos' uploaded consciousness dictating where you want to.
Okay, this is okay. I was lying. Trigger Me Elmo was the refined version. Okay, maybe I'm fucking stupid. Maybe my fucking my history of fucking Michael Reeves is off. Let's find this.
Oh, hey, remember that false missile alert thing that happened in Hawaii? That was pretty funny, right? That was so fucking long ago. No one cares anymore.
No, no.
I think okay. So this is kind of starting. This is going a little more into it probably.
Living with chronic migraine.
Another fucking ad.
15
Yippee!
or more headache days a month, each lasting.
Skip. I don't care.
Hi, I'm Michael, and while I was building this robot, I realized I probably have brain damage. But what if I didn't? So I know you guys have a couple of questions, right? You know, Michael, what the fuck was that? I don't have a brain, so I can't read the title. And have you gone to seek psychiatric help? Well, don't worry, we're gonna get right into that in a second. And we've all been there, right? You get sleepy from time to time. You spend a long day at work. You stay up all night doing homework. You have depression. You know, to each his own. And a lot of people.
Yeah. Like some of these, let's start to go into. Let's
Hey,
watch
what's
this.
poppin', low gang? I just got finished with my morning routine. Got a little pumped into the Mavic House gym, drank my protein shake. Went over to the cemetery and urinated on an old man's grave.
The comedy is not. I want to say what exactly changes, but it's the way that the style of the video changed. This apparently I forgot about this going into it. This goes into it because there is a big chunk of the video itself being.
It's 2018. We're living in the goddamn future. A little more calm, a little more meditative. I did those. I'm not really gonna get into it because that's pretty drastically. So that's the number we're gonna be using to gauge when you mention chord. Clickbait the shit out of that. Ocean to cushion, and it crashed. So that's really nice.
This part
I don't
kind
know
of.
where I was going with this. What was I saying? Alright, so all the components are here. You got the Arduino, which is communicating with my computer back there in the backseat, which is communicating with the headset. The Arduino is going to tell a relay in here to tell a solar noise.
This feels a lot less controlled when you get to some of these parts, and that control is not necessarily what makes newer. But like in my brain, like this is why Trigger Me Elmo is like a lot of it is controlled. This is a little bit like this feels a little bit less controlled, like in comparison. But it's also this is also based on all feels, not necessarily real things. But again, start going to the new era. Like,
hey everyone, so it's come to my attention that this channel's about to hit 1 million subscribers. Yay,
really
cool,
progressing to that.
But more importantly, I don't think my housemates know this is about to happen. So I've been cooking up a little robotic something just to help remind them and to celebrate.
This is where he starts to feel like he's like really solidified. So like again, turning the elbows, like it turns what he's did before. Turns the weird, not to say like forced, but like feels like his comedy has really solidified over the time to second era. Second era is this. William Osmond era this.
By celebrate, I mean plunge the house into utter fucking chaos, which brings me to why it is.
Which is, he still maintains that, again, solid comedy.
You guys
this
really
as
have
well.
a lot of suggestions for machines and robots I should build.
Which, I forget, do I have a picture of this moment? No, I don't have a picture. I
That's
don't
super
think
cool,
it's this video.
except they all are fucking terrible.
I think the one that I have
I've done a user
a,
suggestion
so, okay,
robot, and
random thing. I have a picture of fucking Michael Reeves. I've had this picture since fucking COVID of, that room, actually, which is really funny. And there's also one over there. He is wearing a different shirt, not the Joji shirt, but he's wearing a different shirt. But yeah, not super important. But let me go back to the old video, or this old videos. Again, it goes through like the different eras, and then this actually used to be and still kind of has a screenshot from this is my background, and then this kind of goes into a very funny thing, whatever, and then it kind of progresses into this is really, I think, transitioned into the not the final, but the current era, where it's because the thing is, between second era and third era, not all that much has changed. It's just more of like who he's involved with has a little bit changed. Like he still probably talks to William Osmond or whatever, but now a lot, like the way that the video style is a little bit different, especially here. This one's a lot of fun.
The room I just moved into. The reason it's so empty and boring and looks like a purgatory realm between life.
But again, it's still same form. This one obviously being a really big one.
With most clubs open 24 hours, Planet Fitness is ready for you anytime.
Da Vinci Surgical System is the most advanced streamlined surgical experience for minimally invasive surgery available in the world today.
I can build that.
Okay, this editing,
My house is on full.
that editing itself felt like a refinement of some of what he
I'll probably
used
be
to
dead in the
do.
week anyway. Not from the virus, like an electrocution accident or something. It's actually giving me a lot of free time. And what better way to spend free time right now than to help the medical industry?
Fucking forgot. I've seen this video fucking so many times. I forgot this is during COVID.
And robotics. And let me tell you, those Da Vinci surgery robotics rat bastards are ripping hospitals off. Look at this, $2 million for one shitty robot. They can spend that on a couple hundred bandages or like one ambulance ride in the US. We can build a better surgery robot for a lot less. Come on. The biggest flaw in Da Vinci's design is that it relies on these clunky, slow robotic arms for movement. Say you're operating on a patient's foot. You start screaming out in pain. You gotta get up to his face, smack him around a little bit, make him shut up. Good fucking luck with these robotic arms. They're slow as shit and they don't.
Yeah, but not super. I didn't mean to do that. Doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna paste whatever. But yeah, again, moving to final. Like he's in the current modern form. This video should have more views. Because it should. Yes, this one is great. But yeah, that's super important. Going back to Tricorley.
Weekend, right? This being Labor Day, it can sometimes be a slow news cycle. So how do you find the material to be able to crank out some jokes? You're going to still have assignments. So I just wanted to stop what I was doing and sort of engage the computer in the process and show you guys how I go about this.
Simple way to organize. How to write jokes, father joke. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll watch this one as well.
Okay, so what I did was one of the things I do when I'm doing late night jokes is if it's a slow news day and I can't seem to find any really good material, I will go to USA Today. I will see what's trending on Twitter.
I will say I've come down on my fucking commentary mainly because I'm focused on this, but I think breaking up a little with actual commentary so I'm not fucking just watching people's stuff helps. But also putting at 2 times speed so any person who fucking is irritated by that can can fucking cry about it. But it helps me seem like I'm not stealing it.
I will see what's going on in sports and in Hollywood culture, celebrity culture. The first thing I did, I went to sports. This came up, Julian Edelman on Tom Brady. It's like one of your buddies going to jail. When you're doing headline jokes, sometimes the joke is not in the headline. Do not be a headline skimmer. Look at the story. It's in the first 2 paragraphs of the story where your setup line is. So here it is. New England Patriots wide receiver Julian Edelman called it pretty cool that the club has a large mural of quarterback Tom Brady on the lighthouse. And once I have this list, as I'm making the list, some ideas are going to come to me. As the ideas come to me, I jump down and I write them down if it's a joke. 3 questions I asked. Is there an assumption that can be shattered? As you can see the lists. So people, places, events, cliches, words, phrases, and don't forget opposites. And once I have this list, as I'm making the list, some ideas are going to come to me. As the ideas come to me, I jump down and I write them down if it's a joke. 3 questions I asked. Is there an assumption that can be shattered? Is there a double entendre play? Or
Fucking okay. Something that be shattered again. That's where fucking whatever. Double. This is the word I don't remember. Double on. Which fucking done. Fucking fuck you, E. Very cool. I didn't have the audio. Now I want to do this. Like it's not important.
Entendre.
I don't know why that fucking word was so sexual. Though she fucking spoke like she was wanting to fucking seduce me. But okay. Is a figure of speech phrase that or a pun that conveys 2 meanings. Okay, good. Again, okay, that's why I forget. Okay, double entendre, double, and then whatever fucking entendre means. Are there 2?
Number 3 are the 2 dissimilar ideas converging. Every time I do a joke, by the way, I always reiterate the setup. Patriots receiver, did you guys hear this? Patriots receiver Julian Edelman told ESPN that Tom Brady's suspension is a lot like a friend going to jail. Yeah, Tom Brady's suspension is nothing like going to jail. In jail, you get 3 squares a day and a threat of anal rape. At home, you get Gisele Bundchen. Of course, Tom Brady's wife is supermodel Gisele Bundchen. So even if you put Gisele in orange coveralls and did anal, it's still nothing like jail. Number 3, I don't think of it as being away from the NFL. Think of it as quality time with a supermodel. Number 4, Patriots receiver Julian Edelman told ESPN that Tom Brady's suspension is a lot like a friend going to jail. Have you been to jail? There are a hell of a lot more tattoos in the NFL. Going the other way, because the assumption would be in prison they have a lot more tattoos. It's like Julian Edelman says that told ESPN that Tom Brady's
juxtaposition breaking the idea or whatever.
suspension is a lot like a friend going to jail. That must suck too, because they don't let you break the rules in jail. Now, if you're not a Patriots fan, of course, your Patriots are always seem to be mired under this cloak of cheating. So that would work for some people, other people wouldn't work for. Probably not going to work in a late night situation where you're trying to grasp most of the audience. So I like this one. It's like Patriots receiver Julian Edelman told ESPN that Tom Brady's suspension is a lot like a friend going to jail. Michael Vick said, no, it's not. Now, if you follow this story, you know Michael Vick, of course, did actual time in jail. Number 8, I've had friends in jail, and there's one subject that never came up: deflated balls. In fact, if there was a test in jail that allowed them to test balls, 7 out of 10 balls would probably be overpressure. Number 10, have you seen...
That's kind of funny. It's like, I think okay, double entendre. Okay, again, double entendre, whatever. Let's go to how to read jokes.
When your cable internet slows down, your life slows down.
Hi, Jerry Corley here, standupcomedyclinic.com with another episode of Ask the Joke Doctor. In this episode, we're going back to basics. We're going to take a look at a quick tutorial on how to write jokes. One of the biggest complaints I receive, certainly through emails and on Twitter, is I'm stuck. I'm having writer's block. I don't even know when to write. I don't know how to write. I don't know what to write about. This is a big problem. People get stuck. They're just staring at a blank page. If this is happening to you, I might have a couple of solutions. One dilemma most people have is they think they have to wait for some sort of inspiration. They got to wait for inspiration rather than create inspiration. So what you need to do is get your mindset into the idea of creating some sort of inspiration. There's always something happening. I'll give you an example.
What I should do is I should do the classic by like fucking have this playing, walk up and or walk away and not give a shit. Because like right now, like I'm watching something which is like, oh, something's happening, so I don't have to be saying anything, but I still have the natural inclination to be wanting to say something. But right now I'm fucking learning, fucking absorbing, fucking taking information.
Sitting there, it was Father's Day, and I had nothing really planned. We didn't have anything planned until the evening when my son was coming out from New York, and we're going to go have dinner down in Venice. So my day was free, kind of, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, well, I should write some jokes. I think, you know what I'll do? I'm going to write some Father's Day jokes. So that leads us to the number 2 reason most people wind up in a dilemma. They sit there and stare at a blank page because they're thinking, I got to think of something funny to write about. Instead of thinking of something funny, just pick something and start writing about it.
Yeah.
So when I chose
and then
Father's Day,
funny doesn't. Okay.
To write.
Let's do some learning. Let's sit here and let's do some learning. Funny or things don't come up from things naturally. So, you can make the situation funny itself. I think that's so. Train of thought. Some people can be funny and people can be funny and engaging, entertaining. When it comes to a streaming platform, not saying writing a joke, people can do things to do whatever. Let's see. When I was editing a video for a friend, those videos itself. They weren't, a lot of them were entertaining. Sometimes we would say something that would be pretty funny, and you would fucking amplify that, because it was just funny, fucking push it forward, whatever. While, like, in this, it'd be a little bit different, like, where it's, like, not everything's funny. Don't like, wait for something to be funny, make something funny. Or, like, if you can't just wait for something to be there. Again, this is why, like, a big part of why I was, like, looking at ChatGPT for, like, whatever, and talking about, like, how I should just not shut up, is because the thing is that, like, you shouldn't always find a reason to continue. Like, the fact that I was waiting for that motivation, whatever. The thing is that it's not about waiting for that motivation. It's not about finding something to talk about. It's just not shutting up. You need to just speak. You need to just fucking say shit. But whatever. Going back to this.
Right material. Right. First, when you say, "Oh, Father's Day, I don't have anything," and we abandon it. So that's reason number 3. So
fucking
reason
sorry
number 1
about
is
that if you heard that.
lack of inspiration. People think they have to wait for inspiration
moving.
when they just really have to create inspiration. Number 2 reason is most people are too broad in the concept of trying to come up with jokes. Too many ideas float around in their heads. Narrow it down to one idea. Constriction enhances creativity. I learned this from a creative artist teacher way back in the day, or creative writing teacher rather, back in the day, and she said constriction enhances creativity. And I was like, that sounds so counterintuitive. Constriction enhances creativity? It sounds so narrowing. But in reality, when you focus on one idea, it actually...
Not super important. I said yep, not because I was like agreeing, because like, yeah, you're so right. I said yep because I want to say a word. So what I do when I drink, I fucking squeeze this and I like inhaled some of the fucking carbonation. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, okay. I was reacting to internal thought without fucking speaking out loud. Doesn't really matter.
It helps you to create from that idea. The third reason is we come up with an idea at Father's Day. It's an idea. So we really don't see anything happening with it because it's not quite a premise yet, right? We need an idea plus a condition, an idea plus a situation. We need those 2 dissimilar ideas converging to actually have a premise happening. But we don't really have that when we just have like Father's Day. That's it, right? So we're like stuck. We can't think of anything funny. So we leave it alone. We bail. So the third reason why we run into dilemma, I think, is most people bail too soon. So let's go through a step system, right? So step number 1, look up facts. So the first fact I came up with was each year, Father's Day is celebrated on the 3rd Sunday of June. So what I look for is now, once I have this fact down on the page, I'm going to look for inconsistencies in the facts, ironies, coincidences. Then I'll ask questions using the maxim of the 5 W's: who, what, where, why, when, how, and start to step out these ideas, right? So this is your basic kind of creative process, sort of like the scientific process, but it's now applied towards creativity. Each year, Father's Day is celebrated on the 3rd Sunday of June. So I was like, who, what, where, why, when, and how? Why did they pick Sunday? So the joke I said Sunday is also related to church. So the joke I came up with was they pick Sunday so new mothers can go to church and pray that the paternity test comes up negative. So there's one quick joke. So then I looked at another fact. The other fact was Father's Day was started in 1910, 3 years after they started celebrating Mother's Day. So I said 3 years after Mother's Day. Why does Father's Day come after Mother's Day? Well, the obvious reason would be Father's Day is an afterthought. So I basically said Father's Day was started in 1910, 3 years after they started celebrating Mother's Day. Not surprising, since father is an old Indian word meaning afterthought. Quick joke, not a great joke, but still, it could get some tickles, right? Now, keep in mind, these are mostly first draft jokes that I'm putting down on the page, and I'm not doing it to say they're the most hysterical jokes in the world. I'm doing it to show you a process. So there's going to be a bunch of you out there criticizing the material. Oh, it's not funny, or it didn't make me laugh. It's a process. I'm demonstrating the process. So don't be an asshole. That was me being a dad or something, wasn't it? So I start looking at the maximum of the 5 W's to expand on this idea as to why it took 3 years.
It's really funny is that like he's 53,000 subscribers and yet has like whatever, not that many views, 8,000 views, whatever. Yeah, a good amount. 3 years ago, holy shit, this was 3 years ago. The fuck? I started watching before this video came out.
So I used my imagination to come up with the ideas of why it took 3 years. It's like, it took 3 years before fathers even got a day. I don't know why fathers aren't taken seriously by the holiday committee. When shit got bad at my house, my mother used to always say, wait till your father comes home. Sonora Smart Dodd founded Father's Day. She probably worked for Hallmark or something like that. The irony clearly being that I have no reason to complain because Father's Day wouldn't even be a thing if it wasn't for a woman. That's right, a woman founded Father's Day. It could have been a man, but the man was too busy asking his wife where he put his glasses. Another fact was, according to a study, 40% of fathers were disappointed because a child or spouse forgot to say Happy Father's Day. So let me say that again. According to a study, 40% of fathers were disappointed because a child or spouse forgot to say Happy Father's Day. The math works out because 40% of those fathers were also disappointed because they forgot to pull out. This is using a mirrored phrase technique to use the part of the setup at the beginning, part of the fact at the beginning, to repeat it again and then put a second ending to it, thus creating a possible joke. Now, for Father's Day, my kids got me an Ancestry.
Why is it funny? Why is it funny? I don't know. He's like where I learned to be things like are funny from, but like, percent of those fathers are disappointed because they forgot to pull out. It's like, oh yeah, it's funny because like that's just how you have children is you don't pull out.
DNA test. I think they're hoping it's negative. It was another joke that came out from another technique, which is called listing. Now, one of the things I like to do when creating jokes.
Why jokes are funny. Another thing that helps me out with this is that I'm somebody who really like analyzing things. It's a lot of fun just to be like, oh, this is actually really cool analyzing, even if I don't actually use it. But you know, why the fuck does it say I've watched part of it already? Okay, maybe I have.
Whoa, what's that?
I don't fucking use this channel, which is weird.
Guys,
it begs the question: what makes things funny? And answering that question is important for a few reasons. Humor is pervasive. People of all ages and cultures experience humor on a daily basis. Humor influences your choices, from the movies and television you watch to the people you date and mate. And humor, that's true. And humor is beneficial. It makes you happy, and it helps you cope with pain, stress, and adversity. Although answering the question of what makes things funny is important, it's not why I'm here today. Let me explain. A few years ago, I was giving a talk about moral violations, and I was making the case that moral violations cause anger and disgust. And I was motivating that case with an example news story about a church that was raffling off pearl. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to present a theory of humor, evidence from Hurl that supports the theory, and discuss implications for how you can have a more humorous life. Let's start with the theory. Caleb Warren and I have crafted a theory of humor that we call benign violation theory. The benign violation theory integrates existing humor theory and builds on work by Tom Veach to say that humor occurs when and only when 3 conditions are satisfied. A situation is a violation, the situation is benign, and both of those appraisals occur simultaneously. Violations are anything that threatens the way you believe the world ought to be. Simply put, something seems wrong. Violations take many forms, ranging from violations of social norms, such as a TED speaker asking people to touch each other, to violations of moral norms, such as Keith Richards' claim that he snorted, among many other things, his dead father's ashes. There's many ways to make a violation benign. We've studied 3. One way you make a violation benign is to not be strongly committed to the violated norm. This explains why a bunch of non-religious academics may laugh about a church giving away a Hummer SUV. Another way that a violation can be benign is if it's psychologically distant, such as if it occurs to someone else, happened a long time ago, or just doesn't seem real. Yet another way that a violation can seem benign is if there's some alternative explanation that somehow makes the violation okay, as occurs in the case of play fighting and tickling. The benign violation theory predicts that primates laugh when play fighting or tickling because both are mock attacks, or threatening situations that also seem harmless. The theory also explains, in addition to what is funny, explains what is not funny, and distinguishes between the 2 meanings of the term not funny. Situations that are purely benign are not funny. There's no threat there, and explains why you can't tickle yourself. You can try it doesn't work. Situations that are pure violations, or what we call malign violations, are also not funny. So that creepy guy who's kind of sitting close to you, who looks pretty eager to tickle you, there's nothing okay about that situation.
Okay, if we take the idea that if we take what he's teaching here, the violation is the fact that creepy guy touching you. That's a violation. Making you benign, fucking doing whatever. Yeah, not too much. I don't like, I guess, the way this says benign. Like violation. Maybe it's an idea. Maybe the idea is violated and it's just not too important. So maybe So an expectation, so juxtaposition would be that, so you have an expectation, he breaks it, so maybe it's again like breaking like expectations, whatever, kind of like leading people on breaking expectations, while like double entendres can do that, where they're building up information, they're building up context, then it is used to break that context with something that uses the same, but that uses the same word, puns, which puns are. I don't know why I keep fucking putting my hand on my head. While I don't, so what's actually funny is that like I don't remember where I saw it from, but being very specific is can be very funny. It's like, oh, I could barely get my car over the hill, or it's like, oh, I had to fucking put my car or put my fucking Toyota Corolla in fucking fourth gear to try to see if I can whatever. I don't remember where I saw that video from, whatever. But being specific also can be funny, but they might not be to the fundamental funny, but
the theory also accounts for other types of physical humor. Walking down a flight of stairs, no violation, not funny. Falling down a flight of stairs, but being unhurt, benign violation, funny. Falling down that flight of stairs and being badly hurt, malign violation, not funny. Unless it happens to someone else. The theory also explains why the nerds among us laugh at puns, violations of linguistic norms.
Let's go back to like they laughed at the fact that he's like, oh, this happens to somebody else. Where it's like maybe the violation was the fact that like we're not supposed to like, or maybe people can hear whatever. I don't know. I'm fucking.
That also seem okay.
This is not a drill.
How do you make this not funny? Well, you can remove the violation. You can also make it funny by removing the thing that makes it okay. This attempt is just confusing.
This is not.
Let's try another one just for fun.
Okay. This shit's so fun.
Okay.
This shit's so fun. This shit's so okay. Fucking, I'm like a fucking 40-year-old fucking Facebook.
Of linguistic norms.
See this? Oh, yeah,
also seem okay.
This shit's so funny.
How do you make this not funny? Well, you can remove the violation. You can also make it funny by removing the thing that makes it okay. This attempt is just confusing.
This is not a drill. This is not a drill.
Let's try another one just for fun. I saw this one on a t-shirt in Las Vegas recently. Benign violation. How do you make it not funny? Well, you could. You just remove the violation, move the is down. How do you make it a malign violation? You really want me to do this? So by now you can see how the benign violation has great explanatory power. It explains nervous laughter, for instance, such as how tickling you may laugh, but it's unwanted. Because a violation is a necessary condition for humor, you may experience a negative emotion in addition to your amusement. We've studied this in Hurl with benign moral violations, such as when someone's treated unfairly but probably deserves it. The American who can't figure this out can probably afford to spend the extra $1. How do you make this not a violation? You just make the prices equal. How do you make it less funny? Well, you target the less affluent group. Our participants endorse more negative emotions and less amusement in this condition, don't worry. So you probably can see how both what is funny and what is not funny is explained by the benign violation theory. Let's turn our attention to how to live a more humorous life. The theory indicates that you should pay attention to your audience, and it suggests that everybody has a good sense of humor under the right circumstances. What one person sees as benign, another sees as a benign violation, and another sees as a malign violation. These folks won't laugh at your pedophile joke. Yeah, I was worried about that one. You should also consider the situation. Is the situation a violation? Then try to make it more benign. Writers, directors, and comedians have long advocated for the use of distance in doing this. Tragedy is when I cut my finger. Comedy is when you walk into an open sewer and die.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I don't want to talk about it.
How's that test?
Don't.
Yeah. Like a small baby getting upset.
A friend falling into an open sewer is less funny than a stranger. They also find this violation funnier when perceived from a far distance than a close distance. We call this the Silverman strategy. The comedian Sarah Silverman transforms violations into benign violations by making racial and ethnic jokes in a cute, non-serious, non-threatening way. But not all violations will be made funnier by making them more distant. Although Mark Twain said that humor is tragedy plus time, no one says humor is a mild misstep plus time. And our participants seem to indicate that bringing...
I think good thoughts on it. Good thoughts on it. I think that's the fundamentals of something funny. Great, cool. I don't really care about the rest of this. I'm gonna go back to... Oh, you guys don't see the fucking tab. Okay, that's kind of funny. There's a tab here, the female condition. It's this... Excuse me. It was like feminist theory. Honestly, this part I didn't read much of something else, but yeah, honestly, not bad. I've been trying to find the fucking female condition. I wonder if it's the title of the chapter. I don't know. There was a comment I saw and I wanted to explore it, but I just don't know where. But let's go back to Just Face. Let's go again over here. How to analyze yourself. 10 to 15 minutes of footage. Pause every 10 seconds. Label. Want to sneeze? Holy shit. Fucking wet my shirt. No, I'm just kidding. That's because I dropped fucking soda. Joke humor. Count types occurred. Note pacing, repetition, and energy. This will map the foundations in a real example, which exactly how you internalize it. If you want to make a practice framework specifically for you, step by step, and train you to talk consistently, structure, and iterate like a streamer without waiting for views, it's like a workout plan for your voice, humor, and commentary skill. Do you want me to do that? I do want him to. I do. Okay, I feel a lot more tired now. I think it's after the fact that it's fucking 3 hours and 18 minutes. I'm not as fucking energized like when I first fucking started, which is fire. But I do feel less energized to. And it's also because like the focus order, I don't fucking know. But yeah, I do. You know what? Yeah. Providing me structure? Yeah. I like that. Will I use it? Maybe. Can I delete? Oh, I can delete conversations. This makes me so happy. I'm delete some old conversation. I carry gear-based RPGs. Delete. I just have a lot of fucking onset cards, clarifications, whatever. I just have a lot of fucking random conversations to fucking ChatGPT. I use it to try to find video games, which I think is really funny. It's like fucking, yes, you're gonna use this one of the most powerful fucking software or most powerful tool we've ever created to ask to find fucking video game recommendations, and you're like, you better believe I fucking will. Actually, I'm just gonna say yes. I appreciate that. Yes, I would like that. Perfect. We make a step-by-step plan framework that's concrete, measurable, and repeatable. Fucking okay. I will find a fucking video of Veritasium. I really I don't want to just sit here and fucking blindly react to content, but that is one of the videos that I figure myself to really enjoy. It's been a couple of years, I think. QR code exposing the flaw in our phone system. No, I don't care about that. Why more people prefer paint, or why more, yellow, survive, 37, how Japanese, oh, that was a good video, turn sand into swords, that's cool, again, 1 year goes crazy. Do people understand the scale of the universe? Stars are pretty fucking big. I don't know. Why you're not happy, what's the secret to whatever. Need some really good fucking lessons here. Yeah, I could just Google this. What is the Veritasium video that he talks about how to develop skills properly? It lays out the fact that some skills don't have immediate feedback. I'm fucking lazy, so I'm googling this shit. So stupid. Takes you. Oh, the 4 things it takes to be an expert. 4 things. Fuck you, YouTube. Whatever. I will just. Fucking 2022, Jesus. Don't make me feel old.
In Albuquerque, your voice matters.
Oh, they're doxing me. They're doxing me.
Do you bring this trick out?
I forget you can't see it, but I won't do that. We'll watch this later. I'll go back to staring at fucking ChatGPT. Need this. More voice present in school. Get comfortable talking out loud continually. Pick a activity, game, drawing, or even a video clip. Narrate everything you are thinking, action, whatever. Do this 5-10 consecutive minutes without stopping. Ignore if it sounds dumb. Self-amusement is key. Make myself feel fun. Yep. Often record audio, play it back in your view. Energy loops. Micro loop practice. Goal: stretch a small thought into a mini complementary chains. This is one I do need to practice. Pick one simple in-game event or task. Narrate it using 3 or 5 layers. What happened? Oh, I had fucking died. Well, I thought, damn, it's annoying that I died this many times. What might happen next? I might just quit. Self-critique. Actually, maybe I shouldn't quit. Maybe whatever. Exaggeration if it fits. Whatever. Cool. Okay. Example. I tried jumping off the ledge. It didn't make it. I knew it might be tricky. Maybe I misjudged the angle. Honestly, it's kind of funny. Why did I even think it would make it? Okay, so it's not like too long ago. Goal 3 to 4 micro loops. Okay, observational commentary drill 10 to 15 minutes. Goal is to train your brain to see things worth talking about. This is another thing. Pick any scene. Game, YouTube clip, or even real life. Narrate something you notice, no matter how small. Colors, textures, patterns, oddities, colors. I don't know what word I was talking about. Decisions you notice something making, sounds or movement. Dude, I swear to God, I fucking see my fucking movement on the video. It's so stupid. No, something making, sounds or movement. Focus on the narrative. Optional twist is mini opinions. I don't know if it's a good idea. Maybe it's fine. Also, so just be observe things. Hypothetical audience interaction drill. After each thought, ask a question out loud. Someone might ask why I. Warning. Heads up. We've decided video stream belongs to someone. Temporary blocked. Oh, okay, yeah, because I was fucking othering. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm getting a little thing. Heads up, we've detected your video in your stream belongs to someone else. Your stream may be temporarily blocked if you plan to blocked. If you plan to continue, please ensure that the content owner has added your channel to their allow list. I forget that that's a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, not forget. I didn't know. Very, very cool, actually. It does stop people from fucking stealing people's content. But I will fucking say, why am I allowed to do that? Because I fucking use the ability of changing some of the content. Maybe some of the music. Actually, I think the only thing is the music from Michael Hughes' videos. I didn't watch the whole videos. I commented on some of the videos. Some of the other videos, I like purposely skip parts. You know, maybe I'm fine. Maybe it doesn't really matter. Who cares? I'm doing this for a learning thing. I don't really care if I'm just hoping it doesn't fucking block it. I just want this to be fucking uploaded. I don't give a shit. Even if they take out that part, whatever. Goal, self-feedback. No. Hypothetical. You might be thinking I should done X. But let's see. Treat the stream as if there is viewed later. Who cares? Okay. Replay and analyze. Goal, self-feedback loop. Catch dead spots and patterns. Record yourself. Notes. Pauses longer than 2 to 3 seconds. Moments you with weak loops. Heads up, we've decided detected. Okay, what the fuck are you talking about? You already told me. Thank you, YouTube. Fuck you. Good way to fucking get whatever. Week longer. Points where you laughed or reacted naturally, or replicate that. Cool. So try to replicate that moments with weak loops or dropped thoughts. Cool. Highlight one area, improve tomorrow. God, this is like, okay, I want to improve one area. Really good advice. I remember watching a video on fucking Brawlhalla where it's like, oh yes, how to get to Brawlhalla was random other thought I'll get to in a second. But Brawlhalla, and it's like, oh, you gotta like figure out one thing to get good at, and then improve at it, and then you do it again. I realize what I can do is instead of fucking watching the videos, I'm gonna read the fucking transcripts. Like if I just go here and go to settings, can I look at transcripts? I forgot how to look at transcripts. Show transcript. Fuck yeah, okay. I should just read the fucking transcript. I'll get around I'll get around some of the fucking YouTube fucking cucking me for trying to watch somebody else's video, which I think is fair. Again, it's their own content, but I think that I've manipulated the content enough to where it's not necessarily my own. I'm not claiming I'm not making fucking money. I just don't want this to be fucking taken down, whatever. I think maybe TED Talk is maybe the one who'd probably cuck me the most, but fucking who cares? But I just, fuck, I just read the transcripts, man. Oh, man, oh, yeah, what are you gonna fucking do about it? Are you gonna fucking copyright me when I fucking read your... Actually, you can. But, like, you can. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna read the parts I want to read. I want to fucking read. Woo! Whatever. Not that important. I actually might not watch the Veritasium video. I will say, Veritasium video is good. Do recommend it. It is, The Expert Myth, I believe, is the video. There might be a different name for it. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Going back. Play a game or do a real-time activity. Apply all the techniques. Continuous verbalization, micro-observational, whatever. Okay, do that. Weekly meta review. Oh, dude, these fucking people. Like, fucking... French kiss. Fucking... I'm gonna tongue kiss ChatGPT. I'm gonna fucking... I don't know why I said French kiss, because I was thinking of it. I probably was thinking of it. Fucking chef's kiss, I mean. French chef's kiss. But also, French kiss. Please, ChatGPT. I need to fucking violate your mouth, ChatGPT, while you violate me. Holy, I should stop talking. But pick one skill to improve next week. Loop humor, bracket pacing. Yeah, I'm fucking dog shit humor, but whatever. Extra tips to reinforce. Silence is okay if intentional long pauses build tension. Self-amusement first. If you're entertained, viewers will follow. Which is really true. A lot of my career's videos are based on the fact that he was entertained, whatever. He did it just because he liked it. Do not overthink chat. Treat empty chat as a free thinking space. Iterate small improvements command rapidly over weeks. Key takeaways. Being entertaining is not a trait. It's a skill built up like a muscle. Voice plus verbalization, structured micro thoughts, loops, emotional visibility, observational commentary, practice plus skill plus analyzing, whatever. If you want to make a visual 4-week streamer calendar for you day by day, I do not want that, but appreciate it, thank you, whatever. It is fucking 5:22. I've been streaming for 3 hours and 30 fucking minutes, and I've been super fucking loud. I'm gonna see. I am tired. I don't have anything to do tomorrow because don't have anything to do in general. So I don't have to wake up for the painters to come to the house anymore. So I think that like I'm gonna go to bed and fucking wake up and maybe do some of this practice. I think that one of the biggest problems about VOD reviewing that I have with myself is that I'm fucking lazy. Or if I want to say it in real fucking terms are helpful, using less powerful model until your limit resets after. Oh, okay. So it says like, are your limits whatever less powerful model. I don't fucking care, bro. Give me the shitty version. Shitty version is better than nothing. But big thing is don't have anything to do. Big thing is I don't like to because it takes a while and it's hard to do things you don't see the point to. So again, like we want to be action oriented, but you have to see the point even though you're action oriented. So it's like working out. It's like there's like, you got to see the point in working out. It makes you feel good. It could help you build muscle, but you can't do it just because you're gonna get the goal. Again, same thing for VOD reviewing. It's like okay, if you see the point, it's okay. I see the point is I'm going to observe what I could do better, whatever. And you need that for iteration to analyze what you're doing. The problem with iteration is that you need concise feedback. Let me take a little bit of a gander. Let me tell this guy something. Real quick. No. Okay, actually, I don't fucking care. Okay, really, the iteration is making sure I'm entertained. Because the thing is, the only way to see if other people are entertained is if I am entertaining myself. And oftentimes, I don't think we're going to be entertained with fucking watching ourselves. A lot more. Entertained or at least engaged a little bit. I don't fucking know. I'm getting tired. I streamed for like, 2 hours before 2 hours earlier, fucking 3 hours here. Dude, I feel fucking fine. I feel actually accomplished now. Like the stream before, I didn't feel accomplished. I was able to speak, I was able to do things, but now I feel a little more accomplished. Because, like, nobody's here. Not even my friend was here. Fucking nobody. So, feel a little bit accomplished with that. With that, I'm going to go to bed. Yeah. Alright. Oyasumi nasai. Good night and, whatever. No.